I wish we leveled. Level 4 would be cool.
We
Did
did level. We
you
leveled
leveled
to
to 3.
Damn it, you guys suck. I was trying to get level
3.
We
You
found
can't
a
get it
cool
by
bag.
us. You did find a bag. Alright, so when we left off, you guys had taken a long rest. A little ways away from where you had encountered the hag. You found a note written in a language you don't understand. And you found a bag. So we're going to pick up there, level 3, waking up the next morning. What are you doing?
What's in the bag?
We looted 250 gold from a sea hag and a note in Aquan.
And I apologize, my dog's decided now would be a good time to run around and play. And my little dog legit just jumped on my big dog's head. That was hilarious.
That sounds awesome.
Didn't Sarah say something about a magic spoon?
Yeah, that was from the bag, and it turned into something else once we put it back in.
What did it turn into?
Well, the spoon turned into a shirt, and the shirt turned into a cup.
Oh yeah.
So
I think
why
we
do you
stopped
think
at the
it's a
cup.
magic spoon?
So we have a note that we don't know what it says, and an item that seems to keep changing itself.
It's the instructions on the item. It's the user manual.
The note?
Yep.
I thought they came from two different spots. I thought the
I
note
don't
was on
know.
the body of the hag, and the bag was from the body we found next to the shrine.
Yeah, that bag was next to that shrine, with all the bugs.
I've slept since then.
I guess we could go back. I don't think there's anything else here.
Where would we go? We're already trying to delve deeper into the swamp, or are you saying we're done and we've done that?
I mean, we killed the hag. I thought that was what was causing all the problems.
We don't know that.
But that's what the dwarf said. That they heard that there was a hag in the swamp.
He did not say that.
You didn't?
No. He said he didn't know what it was.
Who said what now?
There were goblins in the last attack, and we haven't really seen any goblins yet, have we?
The heck? Veneer rolling history checks here? What the hell? You're the GM.
I was doing it for Heaton because he's not here.
Okay.
Well, he rolled sucky.
He did.
I mean, we can keep looking, sure. We haven't found the goblins, so I guess you are correct in that aspect. I just don't know where we're gonna go. Do you have any tracks to follow?
We can attempt to search for them. It is a swamp though, so I doubt they'd be very obvious.
The hag was super obvious, apparently.
I can't tell if that's the chair or a squeaky toy.
That's a squeaky toy.
Well, I'm not holding my push to talk down when I'm squeaking the chair, so.
My little dog decided he's done playing, and my big dog doesn't like that idea. So he grabbed a toy and is squeaking it in his face, trying to get him to play with him.
That's awesome.
Joey, come here. Come here. Sit. Sit down. Good boy. Here, breathe in the mic. Come here. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
He breathes so loud, it's ridiculous. All right. What are
Okay.
you doing?
I'm gonna look for evidence of stuff, as in like living stuff. More specifically, bad stuff.
Evidence of living bad stuff. All right. Roll a survival check.
I'll assist her.
Roll it again.
Oh, okay.
Just because he's at Ilsa, so it's advantage. So 16. Now you don't find anything.
Sorry.
Fine.
I mean,
You
it's a
said it.
swamp. You see a lot of really bad insects. Bad things. You know, you see plants that are trying to kill other plants. That's kind of bad.
Is it though? It sounds like it's just part of nature.
It's the
Nature can be
circle of
bad.
life.
Heathen to catch you up. They woke up and couldn't remember exactly what happened, but they remember there were. I don't remember. Somebody catch them up.
We remembered exactly what happened, but we don't know what caused everything.
What
So you're trying to
caused
figure
what?
out what to do next.
Because we
Well,
killed
we
the
know
hag.
goblins have attacked the village in one of the attacks. We've killed a few of the things that have potentially attacked the village.
No, give me that toy. Drop it. Good boy. All right, sorry.
I don't feel as if we've fully solved the issue. We should probably continue to search, but I am not sure where.
I am not of much help here.
Yeah,
She just wants all your gold.
we could try heading deeper into the swamp.
Sure.
Did we check out that statue with all the bugs?
That's where we found that bag.
Yes.
Yeah, but we just sort of grabbed it and ran, right?
We didn't really run.
Grabbed it and walked away.
Yeah,
And played with the bag.
pretty much.
Who ended up with the bag? I forget. Because
don't
I know
remember.
somebody asked to look at it, and I handed it off, and I forgot who. I didn't
I
write
think
that
it was-
down.
Probably me. So I'll say I have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna start poking around in the bag.
Feels empty.
Okay. Do you still have the cup, Saris?
I would have handed that over with the bag.
All right. So if I put the cup in, does it change?
Now it has a cup in it.
Huh. I'm gonna hand
When
it
you
back to
said-
you, Saris. I think it only works with you.
I put the cup in the bag.
There's a cup in a bag.
You broke it.
You were the last one with it.
This
You're
is
the last
why we
one to
can't
pull
have
something
nice
out.
things.
Take the cup out, and I pick up a twig or a rock or something off the ground and put it in the bag.
Now there's a twig or rock or something in a bag.
Maybe the bag's full. Try pulling something out first.
I turned the bag inside out.
Ooh,
Now it's an inside-out bag.
I stopped breathing for a second.
All the demons of the 9 hells are unleashed upon this one now.
alright, in my notes, all the demons of the 9 hells were just unleashed upon this world.
And it's all your fault. Don't
we
forget
really
that's the
screwed
most
up,
important
guys.
part.
Well, I'm good with retiring from this life.
Heathen, are you trying to do anything with the bag, or are you?
Nope. Sorry, I forgot I had push talk on.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head deeper in and see if we can't find anything if we go deeper into the swamp.
Sure.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular? What are you? Are you just wandering a swamp?
I'll probably try and look for goblin tracks since
We should at least look for more humanoid tracks than anything. Maybe not just
Humanoid.
goblin.
true.
As druids, you guys would know that it would be very unlikely to find tracks in a swamp. Not impossible, but very unlikely.
I have also mentioned this already. So we're going in knowing that.
Then either give me survival checks independently or one after the other and tell me a direction of travel.
Well, the direction of travel would be the way that still leads towards, because we're not in the center of the swamp yet, right?
No, the swamp is, I mean, this swamp is huge.
All right, so direction of travel would be just aiming for getting closer to the center of the swamp while sticking to land.
Okay.
Check wise, I'll assist Saris.
No, you didn't find anything.
That
Saris, you suck.
those are some
after-
great rolls.
After maybe like an hour or two of searching, you kind of wandering around, you notice that you look like you may have been here before. In fact, that might be where you slept last night.
I don't think we're doing so good about this.
Well, we've been searching for a couple hours. What would you guys rather do?
Silborn, make an intelligence check. Just
Hey.
straight.
Guys are idiots.
So Lauren. 3 + 1. 3 + 1.
I don't know why that's 3 + 1.
What does it mean?
You probably have something that is adding a +1 modifier to your intelligence in the settings menu.
Double
Ah.
rainbow.
That would be my guess, and it is a guess, but
Are we back near? So we're back where we started. Is that the temple shrine thing there? Statue? Statue. That's what it was. It's a freaking statue.
you guys had walked away from that area
Okay.
to take your long rest, so you're where you took your long rest, not where you fought the hag.
Okay.
Because you specifically said you left that area to rest. So,
Okay.
Not super far away from it if you can remember how to get back to it, but you're not at it.
Do you guys remember how to get back to the hag?
We didn't
Where-
walk too far away. Shouldn't be hard to find.
Yeah.
Can we go back there? I'm remembering that there was a talk about a temple, and I think that statue has something to do with that.
Sure, we can head back that way. I think I'll do the backtracking for us this time, sirs.
Alright. Didn't do so hot last time.
Yep, survival
I
check.
mean, you could assist me.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Oh! Wow, our druids are great. I'm sorry,
That's
V. That's a high five.
amazing.
I'm high fiving you right now, man.
I've never seen that happen before. Lucky for you, there's no critical failure on a check. Or you might have all just died in quicksand. But
That is the second time you've done that in Roll20.
Right?
Because you
I
did
told
that
I'm
in the
terrible
one
as a
shot.
player. I'm a god as a DM, but I am super terrible
Jeez.
as a player.
I'm pretty sure being a god as the DM is kind of the definition of being the DM. Just
Yeah, but it also reflects on my roles, and yeah.
All right, so you guys don't find it. You start walking in a direction, spend about an hour, and then you realize that you should have been there. Let's say you walk like half an hour because you weren't that far. And you're like, well, we should have been there by now, but you're not there.
I don't remember walking this far to get there. Are you sure we're going the right way? Or-
No, we are. We're going the right way. No worries here. We are
Okay.
going the right way.
Are we lost?
No,
In-
we're good. Saris, you were assisting me. You wouldn't just say that.
I think we're lost.
We're on this one.
Fucking betrayer here.
So walking through the swamp, your two guides start bickering in front of you. One being like, "No, I totally know where we are," and the other be like, "I've been helping you, and I'm pretty sure we're lost."
So I think those two are dating.
I mean,
Who are you saying that to, or out loud to everybody?
Just kind of out loud.
well, if they were, why would they separated? Like the story doesn't add up, right? Like she left, he stayed, she was chasing after him, something like that. I don't know.
The answer is obvious.
Oh, okay. And what is that?
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, all right.
For
That's
one
fair.
from underground, you talk too much. Fine. Cyrus, would you like to try? Anyone else? Would anyone else like to
I don't
try?
know how to track in the freaking swamp.
I'll give it
Can't-
another shot.
I tried, but I didn't see shit.
Alright, it's gonna be a straight roll.
Xandri's got a potty mouth.
Ooh.
Fucking hell!
We're just gonna be walking circles in this swamp all night.
Alright, everybody give me perception checks. Let's see if y'all can even figure out where you are at this point.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
That is 3 ones in a row.
Oh my gosh! I quit. I'm done. I'm dead.
So Miser trying to lead you guys, then like trips on a stick and gets a face full of mud. And, he's trying to wipe his eyes out while y'all are looking around.
I transform into a fucking dire wolf because I don't want to look at or see people. Freaking, I'm embarrassed right now. But dire wolf it is.
All right.
All right, so you're transforming into a dire wolf.
Yes.
All right, so as he trips and falls and can't see anything, you see as on his way down or on his way back up, he just transforms into a wolf. Having seen him do a bear, it's not quite as shocking this time, but still, it's weird. Especially this time he's a wolf and not a bear.
Yeah.
Xandri and Silborin, you guys both notice the faint bit of sunlight above the trees, and you deduce, that you guys are kind of heading in a westward direction. Not knowing a whole lot about the area, the only thing you can tell from that is where you came from, Dodbrid is to the north, and where you want to end up eventually is in the southeast, and you're heading west. So what are you doing?
While they're deciding this, I'm gonna sniff at the air. Not actually do a check or anything, just like sniff at the air a little bit. And continue doing that until they decide on a direction, and then I'm gonna jump in the direction that they decide on and try to act as if I just kind of knew what I was doing the whole time as a wolf.
All right.
that's great. So I think we should probably go this way. And I point towards the southeast. I think that's what she said.
Southeast is the direction of Bridge.
Oh. Because we're trying to go back there, right? We're trying to
Bridge
get
is-
back to the bridge?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you guys are trying to do. Bridge is just where you would go to collect the bounty that you heard about in Dodbrid.
No, we're trying to go back to where the statue was, or the hag was.
Oh.
Still sniffing at that air.
I don't know if I'm that good. I try to discern knowing a general direction of where we're going, where the thing would be, what direction. Man, I'm real vague tonight.
Let me look at the available skills to see if I can come up with anything. All right, Silborn and Xandri, you can both give me nature checks.
I touch Silborn on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I really want to stop fucking walking around and cast guidance."
Okay. What does guidance do? Just gives
So
me
add a
bonus?
D4. I think so. You roll a nature check, and then I think you can add a D4.
You got this, man.
Oh snap!
Exclamation point.
Just / roll D4.
20.
18, 19, 20. Okay. Yeah. You definitely think that it is in that direction, east, slightly northeast.
All right. I point east, slightly northeast. I'm pretty sure it was that way.
As you do so, you see the dire wolf jump and bark and kind of, do the whole hunting dog pointing thing in the direction, almost like at the same time. Its reflexes are pretty fast. That you start pointing in that direction, the wolf is pointing in that direction as well.
See, he agrees.
I bark again.
Then maybe we should go the other way.
I walk
saying-
in the direction I'm pointing.
Are you saying I'm wrong as well?
That's what I was picking up on.
I mean, we've been
Come
batting 1,000 so far tonight.
He might not be, but I've been doing pretty good. Thank you very much.
I almost want to unshift and ask what batting 1,000 is.
What's batting?
Let's go that way. I would assume at that point where he has a saying that means that.
So I turn the AC colder in the house because our office gets extremely hot, and now my wife is super cold.
Good job. Nice going.
But this office will be like 90 degrees at some point, and this will not be the same conclusion.
All right. So, are you guys heading in that direction?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Following
Yes.
along.
All right. About 20 minutes in, you come across, where you start getting into the more lakey area of swamp where you got to really watch your step, and there's a couple of, just kind of cobbled together bridges, and you recognize the area. Walking a little further in, you find the statue. I'm assuming as soon as you recognize the area, you can see the statue off in the distance. What are you doing?
Head towards it.
Same.
Looks like that's the one.
Okay. All right, you head towards it. Luckily, nothing else is in the area. Since the last time you were here, you guys get up there. That's a weird -1/+1 on your strength.
I'm testing things.
So you guys get up to the statue. You notice the body that was there before is still there, but it is a skeleton now. And the bugs seem to having ate the meal that they could get, have left. They're no longer there.
They ate him clean.
Okay, has to be it. I'll go to the statues, look around, and be like, all right, let's see if there's like an entrance around here.
Bark.
Really?
I'll help look for an entrance.
Anybody looking, give me individual investigation check. And if you have anything specific you're looking for, let me know before the roll.
It's gonna be any like switches or something to open it up. Because if we didn't notice any obvious door, I'm going to assume at this point it's got to be something hidden.
Yeah,
Okay.
Does it
any
still smell like
levers
shit
or
over there?
holes or anything?
It still smells like a swamp, and it still smells worse than the normal area of the swamp, but it does not smell anywhere near as bad as it did the last time you were here. Go ahead and roll investigation, Silborn.
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have anything.
I'm gonna-
Sniffing around the body and everything for like if I, not necessarily sniffing per se, but like looking around, nose to the ground type of deal for any openings where, yeah, basically just like openings or whatnot.
Okay. Xandri, what were you gonna
Unusual
say?
cracks.
I'm gonna be not necessarily looking like at them, but kind of surveying our surroundings to make sure nothing sneaks up on
She's
us.
the work supervisor. She just makes sure we don't get into it, but she doesn't actually do anything.
Okay, and Silborn, you were looking for a hidden
Button.
entrance.
Yeah, it's some type
Switches,
of button or
buttons.
switch.
Okay. All right, so you don't find any button switches, anything like that after, pressing, pulling, flicking, whatever, kicking, whatever you're doing to the statue. But after a little while, you notice that it's pointing, its arm is outstretched in a direction. It's not necessarily pointing because the hand is, kind of eroded, so you're not sure what was there. But you notice it's pointing in a direction.
Okay, I'm gonna mimic the statue, and I'm gonna be like, "It's doing this. That mean it wants us to go that way?" And I'm gonna start like pointing in that direction.
Miser, at the same time, he's kind of, starting to recognize this and point in a direction. You notice some unnatural carvings on the base and the back of this statue that look relatively new. But on it, actually, let me see what languages you speak. You speak
Woof.
Celestial,
Bark.
Common, Druidic, and Elvish. Okay, so you recognize this as Elvish. And it basically is a unit of measurement that equates to roughly 1,000 feet.
I go over to Silborin. I look at him, kind of give him a paw. I'm a direwolf. I think I'm actually like pretty fucking tall.
You're massive.
Yeah, I'm massive.
is
I'm
it,
taller
Lassie?
than him.
Like
I-
Timmy could ride you.
Did Timmy fall down the well?
I give him a paw.
I shake the ball. Good boy. Good boy.
I kind of like point at his footprints that are leading up to him. Like I kind of point at them as they're leading up to him.
Footprints that are leading. Okay.
Yeah, like the footprints you made that were leading, that basically
Right.
lead to where you're standing and pointing.
Okay.
I go, bark, and I point in the same direction you did.
What the? All right. You have to be in this shape. I mean, this is kind of funny, but at the same time, why?
Because he chose to be.
So I guess Mr. Wolf here agrees that something's up in this direction.
Or he's totally oblivious.
Real quick, Miser, remind me, when you're wild shaped, you keep the intelligence and mind abilities of your actual self. Is that correct?
I keep my int, whiz, and charisma. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the main difference between polymorph and wild shape, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wild shape. I gain the strength, dex, and con as well as properties of the beast. But I also keep int, whiz, and con. Keep those properties of myself.
Okay.
So like, I'm not proficient with stealth, but the direwolf is, so I get the
Yeah, I gotcha.
bonus to stealth.
That's all I need to know. All right. So what are y'all doing?
I look in the
Bark,
direction
bark.
they're pointing and see if I notice anything.
I would have you roll a perception check, but you're not going to see anything.
I
Good to
bark at
know.
Saris, point at the Silborin's footprints again, and I point in the direction again. And bark.
He's been pretty reliable. Not Mako, but I've forgotten your name. What's your name?
My name?
No.
Silborin's
Direwolf's
name.
name is Flea.
My name is Suborn.
Okay, yeah. Saborin. So, yeah. You.
Yeah.
Lead on.
In the swamp? All right.
You've been doing good
Great.
so far.
All right, we're going this way.
I believe in you.
Great.
I'll follow right behind then.
Hi ho, hi ho. We're off to something.
All right. Are you Silborn? Where are you going? Where are you trying to lead
In the
them?
direction that the hand's pointing and everything seems to align. The stars align for us to go this way.
Okay. I feel like it'd be a little bit more challenging to go in a straight line in a swamp, but not enough that I'm gonna make you roll for it. So go ahead, give me a perception check, or you can give an investigation check and tell me, are you gonna stop every X number of feet or on the move kind of a thing between
Is
the
this
two.
still in daylight?
Yep, it's still daylight. It's only been a few hours. You guys haven't even really made it to afternoon yet. You were really only wandering around for the swamp for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours before you noticed where to go. And so it's been about, we'll say, 3 hours since you kind of woke up and set out from sleep.
I'm gonna go. How far is it to the tree line from where we're at? Is there trees hiding the way between the statue?
There are some trees. There's no like tree line.
Okay.
Well, there is
gonna-
a tree line, but it's quite a ways away.
I'm gonna go, let's say, 30 feet, and turn to Makos and say, "All right, Mr. Wolf, can you stay here 1 second?" And I'm gonna go another 30 feet, and kind of line up between me, him, and the statue to make sure I'm in a straight line. And then, all right, kind of like mark something on the ground from there and be like, "All right, this looks like about the way I need to go." So that's kind of how I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
And
so
as
you're
long
gonna
as
do
I can,
30-foot
actually-
chunks.
if I can grab sticks along the way, I can kind of plant them in the ground.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of sticks, so that's easy.
So that way I can be like, okay, plant a stick, turn back. As long as I can see the statue, keep planting a stick. And then when I stop and seeing the statue, I can still have the sticks I can kind of line up with. So
All right.
yeah, every 30 feet. Maybe every
Okay.
60 feet. Let's see,
All
30 feet is... No, 30 feet's good. Because 30
Okay.
feet's pretty far.
So every 30 feet, you're basically putting a stick
Yep.
in the ground, lining it up, with the statue where you came from,
Yep.
or the stick in front of it kind of thing at this point.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
Can I assist him?
Anybody helping me? Please, dear God, somebody help me.
I'll
At this
assist
point
him.
now, it's a little late.
No!
Oh, yeah, see? He got this all on his own. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little better. If anyone would have said anything while you were talking about your sticks, but nobody did until the check was called. So
Okay. That's
I
fine.
was very much trying to resist just taking the sticks.
I wish you would have. That would have been so
No.
funny. Yeah. All right, so yeah, you do that. You go on for a while. Are you just trying to go in a straight line and hope you trip over a door? What's happening?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right, so you keep traveling 30 feet at a time.
I'll be like, just kind of keep an eye out for something. I'm hoping it's obvious.
I'm guessing my hour will end before we get close to it at that point then. So when I unshift, if I unshift, unless we get there fast enough, I will say it's no, it's like this. What distance did you say? 1,000 feet?
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
1,000
so
feet in this
at
direction.
the rate he's going, it's probably going to take you about an hour. We'll get you about 500. We'll say 600 feet for an hour. Assuming, and you guys can correct me, that Hedon and Xandri and things kind of realizing what you're doing are collecting sticks and handing them to you as you get to the next point and things like that.
Yeah.
So it takes you about an hour. You get about 600 feet or so ish away from the statue when the dire wolf shape wears off.
1,000 feet. Well, I mean, I don't
600
know how
feet.
long. I know, but when he's saying, he's
Oh,
gonna
I
say
see what
it.
you're saying. Gotcha.
I don't know how long we've been doing this, Makos, so I don't know where we're at.
We've been going on for about another 40 minutes to an hour or so, because my forum ended. That's as long as I can keep it right now. So I don't imagine we have much longer. We're probably well over halfway.
Great. Might as
But
well just keep
now
going.
that you actually know the distance, might we speed this up?
I don't know how long it takes. I mean, I guess I could start counting. Sure. Guess I'll do 60 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna span the sticks out 60 feet instead of 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep giving him the unless he's trying to measure off of the tiny sticks that he's sticking in the ground himself. I'll stay in the back anyway so that he can keep gauging a line off.
Perfect.
Okay. And Hedon, Xandri, and Mako, what are y'all doing?
Assisting with stick collection. That was really hard to say.
I am staying back every 60 feet as they move up 60 feet, and I basically don't move until Silborin turns around, plants a stick in the ground, and continues on, and then I move to that stick so that he has a better line of sight.
Okay.
I'm just making sure the sticks aren't shifting in the swamp at all. The old ones making sure they're still in line.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Silborn, go ahead and give a survival check at advantage. Mako, go ahead. What were you saying?
Mako?
Oh,
That was
Sarah,
Sarah's.
whoever that was.
So I'm just gonna keep an eye out and make sure that nothing's coming up on us or we're not coming up on something.
Okay. So just look out.
Yep.
Transferred from Xandri to you. Luckily, y'all are helping him because this time is a little trickier. The 60 feet, is a little harder, but you think you're doing a pretty good job. The 60 feet makes it go quite a bit faster, and probably in about half an hour, you surmise that you're probably around, or at least in the ballpark of the vicinity that the 1,000 feet would have been.
Okay. So stick a bunch of sticks in there, be like, all right, let's spread out and see if we can't find anything.
Okay.
All right, same as before. Investigation or perception checks. Yep, investigation, perception, or nature checks would also work. If you're looking for anything specific other than an entrance, let me know what you're looking for before you roll.
Well, if there's no obvious statue at this point, I would say it has to be some sort of something in the ground, some type of hole, or at least a sign.
Yeah. Gonna look for a hole or just something that looks out of place in a swamp.
Definitely just generally looking around.
Do I see anything shiny?
There perception.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, the shoulder of Hedon is quite shiny. When the sun hits it just right, that one shoulder of metal armor he has is quite shiny in the daylight.
Nice.
Okay. So you guys are looking around. You guys kind of start splitting up, and I mean, almost right away, Miser notices, some brush that looks a little off to him for some reason, and he walks over to it, and it's just a bunch of sticks piled on the ground. Miser, what are you doing?
Just a bunch of sticks piled on the ground.
Yeah, so like it kind of from a ways away, it looked a little off, and when you get up, it instead of being a bush, it looks like someone has cut off, other bushes, branches, and just piled them in a way that kind of looks like a bush in this spot. And it's a lot, like 4 or 5 bushes, all in the same area.
I take a bushel of bushes and move them off to the side, if they are movable, because it looks
Yeah.
like they are.
Yeah, easily movable. You reach down and move them to the side, and you see what appears to be kind of I don't know how to describe it to you in terms that your character would know, but it looks like an old like storm shelter kind of entrance. Wooden door that's not still fully functional, but definitely weathered.
He's saying your character's dumb.
Yeah,
Does
I
it
mean, your
lead
character,
down into the ground, I guess?
as of right now, it looks like a door that's laying on the ground. Are you trying to open it?
Leading questions, Frank.
No, I'll inform the group that I have found a door instead first.
Objection,
Okay.
Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. You find a door laying on the ground. That's what I should have said.
What?
So you guys, start looking around a little bit, and you hear Mako, kind
I
of call
found
out.
an entrance.
Oh.
We should.
Said it was
we
a
should
door on the
investigate
ground.
that.
I found a door on the ground that is probably an entrance to somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. We should check that out.
I head over there. Take a look at this door on the ground.
I join Makos and look at this door on the ground.
I stand at a distance.
I thought you said we should check this out. What are
We
you doing over
should.
there?
Most definitely. The strong, handsome fellas should go check it out.
Oh. You know he's taken, right? Like, if you've already said that they're a couple, why are you flirting with him?
They may not.
What has given any of you the impression that Saris and I are together?
So you're not a couple.
We're not
No.
a couple.
You act like a couple.
Do bicker a lot. Are you siblings?
They
We're
don't.
not siblings either.
I mean, maybe it's like druid siblings.
I am face palming at this point.
Kind of looking in
Shaking
the
my
other,
head.
other direction. Just not paying attention. Pretending not to pay attention.
Uh-huh. Some insight.
Ah.
Deception! Deception!
Anyways, the door. We can discuss that later. This door that is on the ground. You are correct. It is a door on the ground.
Or
Most likely looks like a hidden cellar of some sort, or at least a.
does it look
A
like
cellar.
it's latched
Oh.
or anything like that?
Makes
Or
Much
is-
more sense than what I was thinking.
Does it look like there's a latch or lock or anything on it?
There's an iron ring in the middle of the bottom of the piece of wood,
Eh,
like a handle.
go ahead and lift up on it.
Give me a strength check.
Oh boy.
acrobatics, I think it's called. Do you have a plus to acrobatics at all?
Let me see.
Unless
I mean,
you're proficient in it.
athletics.
Oh yeah, athletics, the strength one.
Athletics. Let's see.
You know, the other acrobatics.
Oh, I do have a +2 to athletics.
+2. Okay, so takes you a minute. I'm gonna use your. Oh, well, that's even better. But we're using your first roll, so it takes you a minute. But you pull, and after a long 2 seconds of straining, it kind of and starts lifting free of the stonework that is. It's kind of moored to that you didn't see, that's covered in like grass and soil, and it pulls up and opens.
Do I see
Very
anything
dark,
inside?
no light, but there's a staircase. The staircase is a spiral staircase that leads down, and it's pitch black. You can't see anything.
Even with dark vision?
With dark vision, you can see that the staircase goes down and turns, and you can see farther than your dark vision does not run out before the curve of the stairs takes away your line of sight.
Oh, looks like there's some stairs, so it's some kind of entrance.
What's it smell like?
Roll a perception check to give me time to think of what it smells like. Dang it.
Yay!
It smells like old, musty stone and oddly metal.
Okay.
I will be right back.
I'm assuming that was out of character. We can keep going.
I believe you're correct.
Well, does anybody want to go in while I'm holding this open, or?
Can you
I'll
not just put
go.
it on the ground?
Am I able to push it open far enough so it stays open?
Yep.
Okay, I do that.
It doesn't go all the way back against the ground. It, kind of goes back at a, 60-degree angle away from where you pulled it open. And it seems that it, hit some stone and stop right there, kind of angled up.
Stop right
Is
there.
there any- Is there any latches or locks on the door?
You don't see any.
Okay. I'd be willing to go in, but I'm definitely not going in there alone.
I can follow
Oh.
behind.
Yeah, I'll follow behind.
I'm-
I'm gonna cast light on my walking stick.
Oh, that's right. You don't have dark vision. Gotta get you caught up with the times, Eden.
Yeah. Can I borrow your eyes?
That does not sound very healthy.
Just one. All right, so Xandria, are you going in?
Yes.
All right, so you start walking down the stairs. What are you doing?
Before we get down in there, I looked to the group and I was like, do we want to try to do this stealthy sneaky, go check it out, or we
I
just
want him to turn off his light.
going in there?
And as I say that, I touch Hayden, and I grant him the ability to see in the dark. I cast dark vision on Hayden.
Oh, that's cool. Click the spell.
Dope.
Dang, 8 hours too. That's nice.
That's super good. All right.
All right,
Channel
so
point.
as he touches you and casts this, a very odd experience for you as a human, having never seen in the dark. Your vision changes, and you notice that the shadows in the swamp, as well as looking, into the staircase, the dim light that was down at the innermost part of the stairlight now looks much more vibrant than it ever has before in an odd shade of gray. A little unnerving, but also really cool. You will have disadvantage on perception checks for the next, we'll say, 30 minutes, having never used dark vision before, and trying to suss out the difference in the tones of grays and how dark vision actually appears over normal vision and light.
Cool. Thanks. This is odd, and I just like am touching a wall.
You're one of the cool kids now. So back to my question.
I can make sure that we pass without a trace down there if you would like.
Well, that would be significantly easier.
But it's up to if you guys all want to move stealthily or not. Do you actually? Do you have disadvantage out of game? Do you have disadvantage on your stealth, Hedon?
Nope, because I don't have any armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I can also do that as well, since you already cast a spell. I'll go ahead and cast it.
I think yours might be better served in combat if we have any, wouldn't they?
That's fair.
Alright, continuing from what I was doing then, I will cast Pass Without Trace on us as a group. It is a concentration spell, so... But... we get that.
Ooh, +10.
I'm gonna guidance myself before this stealth. I try to get all stealth.
Alright, so everybody make stealth checks and then tell me what order you're going. Oof. Oh.
That's a 19 for me.
Yeah, that made a huge difference.
26 for
30.
me.
Let's see. I will not be in front.
I'd probably be just a little bit behind Xandri if she's going first.
So I have a 30.
I'm gonna be behind Soborn wherever he's at.
Probably
Yeah, see-
be near the back.
Oh dang, y'all are quite okay. So you added your +10 already, and this did.
I did not.
Yeah, as a party, you guys need to decide: are you going to add it to your roll, or are you going to not? Because I need it to be consistent. So either everybody adds the +10 in the roll in roll 20,
My-
or nobody does, so that there's not a.
Mine is not added in roll 20.
I think only Miser added his.
Hey, I actually tweaked beyond 20 to give me the +10.
Yeah, don't do that anymore, because that way I know. Because at first I
Okay.
was like, dang, a 39. Wait, he has a +0. That's not possible. But if that had been a 19 and you actually only rolled a 9, I would have said it was a 29. So just don't do that.
Right.
Just so that
Okay.
they're all the same. All right, so 33, 30, 26, 19, and a 29. Y'all are ridiculous. Dude, Pass Without a Trace is ridiculous. How long does it last?
Wait, awesome.
An hour?
Up to an hour.
I liked
Holy
it.
crap.
It lasts an hour.
Okay. All right. Cool. Y'all are, at some points y'all are we even in this place? I don't hear my party. All right, so what is the order that you're going into the staircase?
I'm not informed yet, so I wouldn't necessarily like to lead, but I'll be close to the front because I can go inform pretty fast.
I could probably lead if no one
We can
else
line up
is
our tokens
jumping
for
to
you
the
if you want.
That's okay. I just need people to tell me where they are. As long as we could do that, because then it would make it easy for you guys to just move it around. So
I'd probably go
Yeah,
behind whoever's leading.
So I'll lead.
So the black line is the start, going descending order from top to bottom. Who's going into the thing?
Can people get in lines? Is this a thing that we can do?
And then Xandri, you said you're going first?
Yeah.
Alright, so we have Xandri, Mako, Saris, Silborin, Eden. Got it. Alright. So as you descend the stairs, what are you doing? Specifically, Xandri, we'll start with you.
I am specifically looking for traps and signs of living.
Okay. Make a perception check. Dang. Okay, so as you're coming down these stairs, you do not notice any signs of life. There is no footprints, no scuff marks on the walls. You know, there's some bits of mold kind of growing in the corners of this cave. It's surprisingly well sealed stonework staircase, but you do not see any signs of life. The staircase isn't super long. By the time Hedon is on the staircase, Xandri, you are going to be rounding the corner and seeing the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
So as you come upon that, we'll just use the same, like I said, it's not very long, so use the same perception check. You come down, and let's see what happens. Can you all see anything on the map?
Nope.
No.
Fantastic.
We are all blind as bats.
With dark vision.
Xandri, can you now see something on the
No.
No. Alright, well, I broke it.
I did it.
Like, maybe if I look harder.
It's because it doesn't look like you have dark vision set up. So let me... Advanced. Nope, you do not. So you have 60 feet of dark vision?
I have 120.
Holy crap, seriously? That makes sense. You're underground.
She's an actual Underdark race.
Yeah.
Yep.
60, like 60. I guess dark vision doesn't really work like that, huh? So we'll just do that. Has sight, save change. Can you see now?
No.
You know. Why? I can.
You may not. You may have to give her an update to, or like give her that token again or something.
Let's see. Save changes. I saw how to do that before. Let's see. Advanced. Nope. Alright, double click on your token.
I don't see my token.
Oh, crap. That could be a problem. In that case, let's delete this token. Let me see.
You don't have Fog of War on top of Dark Vision stuff, do you? Just something to
I
check.
use the Alt L, and when I'm on the token, I can see things.
Yeah, just make sure Fog of War is turned off on the map, though.
Alright, can you
I
see
see
anything?
stuff.
Hey! Yeah, I just had to update the token, it looks like. Alright, so you see stuff as you come. So this is the base of the stairs where you are now.
Mhm.
At this point, they're curved stairs, so Mako would also be able to see. So drag your token on here. Being just behind her, you can see pretty quickly. Saris would be able to see. But before we get there, Mako, as you come around, you see the bottom of this staircase. You look into the hallway, and this is what you see in front of you. With the perception check you gave, the square in front of you, something looks off about it because you rolled so high on perception. What are you doing?
It looks trappy. So, I'm going to look back at the group and like put my hands up as a kind of stop motion, and I'm going to cautiously start to approach this thing to see if I can get a better idea of what it is, or if it is a trap, how I might disarm it.
Okay, so you basically step into the square that you're currently on and bend down, do an investigation check. Yep, it is 100% a trap. It is a pressure plate, to be specific. It is 10 feet wide and seems to be 10 feet long. You do not see any way to disarm it. You can easily skirt around it. And that's all you know.
When you say I could easily skirt around it, do you mean me because I'm small, or do you mean the group?
Now, you think anyone who could jump diagonally from where you are, you notice these two squares on the side, the pressure plate is 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So here, I'll just go ahead and boop. Did that work? That did not work. I forgot to hold shift. So the S is a pressure. It is one big pressure plate.
Oh, okay.
So you could the alcove with the roll you made, you can tell that the alcove beside you is not. So you could step over the pressure plate into that alcove and get beyond it if you so chose.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of gaggle the group and tell them. Now, is this is just one large plate?
Yes,
But we can
one
get around
large
the
pressure plate.
we can get around the pressure plate if we go this way. Can I see further past the pressure plate to know if there's more down there, or is this all I can see?
I mean, with the pressure from where you are now, the alcove on either side looks like that. Just that it's a 5-foot alcove with nothing in it.
But the pressure plate.
Well, the pressure plate is in the middle, so the 5 feet alcove is not part of the pressure plate, and you don't see anything, nothing at all. It just looks like a widened hallway for who knows what reason. But it doesn't look trapped. It doesn't look, for all you know, maybe it was designed as a way to get around this pressure plate. Who knows?
So I'm gonna step over here.
All right, stepping over there. Mako, you are the next one. You're technically not in the square. You're in the square right behind it on the stairs. Seeing her, and I'm assuming she communicated about the pressure plate.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
You are on the stair. What are you doing?
Well, I move down to in front of the trap and see if there's enough room for me to skirt around it. Or if she's not moved over yet, I'll wait for her to move over and I'll skirt around it.
Hey, Frank.
Yep.
We have to take Emma to the doctor. She's like real dizzy and stuff like that. So just go ahead and run Heaton for me, and I'll text you later.
All right, cool.
That got real serious.
Hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah. She had swimmer's ear not that long ago, so hopefully nothing serious. All right. So you guys, Xandri, are you continuing forward, or are you kind of stopping there and looking back?
Continuing slowly, because I don't want to leave them behind, and I want to still be able to see them. And
Alright.
to make sure that they can see me, and I can caution them to the plate as they.
Okay. So you've gotten into the alcove. Mako's here. Next to you, he's skirted the pressure plate. Saris has come down the bottom of the stairs. Saris coming off of the stairs, you can now, obviously see into this hallway. You see the pressure plate that Xandri has pointed out. What are you doing?
Wait for some room so I can hop around to avoid it as well.
Okay. So Xandri, I need you to move your token if you're going to move. At this point, they're following you slowly.
And does the pressure plate there?
It is the 4 squares in the middle of the 4 squares to your left. Yeah.
Okay, just make sure. So I step there.
Okay. So I'm just gonna assume you guys are following along, so that we can pull. I think.
I
Warren
will
and
follow
Dave.
the best as I can. I was gonna say I can't see anything.
Yeah, that's because I have to throw you on the map, and then since Hedon's not even here, I'll just say Hedon comes down as well. And there we go.
And continuing cautiously.
Okay, so here you didn't ask about, but you can see this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a little fuzzy, but what that is it's metal spikes. It is a 10-foot square of metal spikes with a bunch of treasure in the center. You see gold, you see treasure chest, you see, a gem or two
Uh-oh.
maybe.
Uh-oh.
In the center of these spikes.
That's weird.
And your party has entered the room, staying off the pressure plate you pointed out, but nobody can really move. Okay, well, now they can. So move your tokens where you would like to go. I'm assuming at this point everyone is avoiding the pressure plate, so unless you're stepping on the pressure plate, move where you want to go.
Is there enough room for me to move around or no?
Let me check something. Yeah, there seems to be enough room. The spikes are, they look menacing, but they're not, like to the ceiling. They're, little 4-inch spikes. You could, just like you did with the pressure plate, you could skirt around the edge.
Question. How close are the spikes together?
They're not super close, there's gaps in between them where all the gold is collected in the middle. It's pretty consistent, say 6 inches apart, in, very orderly rows.
I'm gonna try to weave between the spikes. But that's not enough room. I'm not that skinny. I'll do that.
Okay. Now, pause there for a second. Mako, Saris, Silborn, what are y'all doing? Are you following her? She's moved now quite a ways away. She ducked behind a corner. You can't see her no more. Silborn, you can still see her.
Oh.
You can kind of see that she ducked around that corner, and Mako having come out of the alcove, you can see her.
The big S is the pressure plate?
Yes, that's the pressure plate, and she, as you came down the stairs, she was on the other side of the thing, this is the pressure plate, and after she pointed out, you can see where it's slightly raised above the rest of the
Gotcha.
stones.
Yeah, I'll just move around.
All right. And okay, so now that everybody else has had a little bit of time to kind of catch up, Xandri, go ahead and give me another perception check.
Yee. 11.
Okay. You see a big wooden door right here where your vision stops. I'm not cool enough to actually have a door, but that's your vision is stopped because there is a big 10-foot arched wooden door that looks pretty immaculate, pretty good.
Okay, so this is obviously either a well-kept door or a new door. What about to either side of me at the ends of that? Is that just a dead end?
Yeah, it looks just like a very short corridor. You don't see any doors, you don't see anything. It looks like a stone corridor.
Do we see any kind of switch that might lower the spikes?
Nope.
Or mechanism of some sort?
No, you see a wooden door, metal spikes, and stone corridor.
Part of me really wants to go tap the pressure plate. Alright, so I don't feel the need to tell them about the spikes. I think that's pretty apparent, so I'm going to continue towards this door cautiously, paying attention to the surroundings, looking for any keys to better discern what this cave's about.
Okay, so you walk up there. Nothing happens. Mako, are you staying there?
If I can meander around the traps, I'd meander around this way as well.
Yep. Yeah, you can easily, just kind of step around that corner, meander around. Don't see anything. Still okay. All right. So Hedon steps forward. He gets to about right here, and I have to open this character sheet because about it. He steps here, and ooh. Suborn, you notice this. As he steps into this square, he kind of stumbles forward a little bit and puts his hand on the wall and like straightens himself back up. And that's weird. Did you guys notice anything about these spikes? They seem to be like pulling me in a little bit.
No?
No.
He takes a step back. Takes a step forward. Same thing. Whoa, that's crazy. He's able to get around it. But he's definitely like, for some reason, this thing is like trying to pull me in a little bit. It's kind of weird.
Why don't you go where Xandri is and get away from him?
Does someone know magic-y bits?
I mean,
Well,
I dabble a little bit
I
in it.
kind of know some magic bits
Since
from
he's there, hey, check that out. He rolled pretty well.
from
yeah,
my
Go ahead.
from my bits of arcane understanding. Would I be able to discern if it has any kind of arcane properties?
Make an Arcana check.
Whew, I'm going back down the scale.
Go ahead and make it at advantage. because Hedon is here, and instead of using his roll, it's better to use yours. So he's gonna help you look at this door. Yeah, 13.
Better.
There definitely are. There are some runes on the door. You're, dabbling in Arcana, and you don't recognize any of the symbols on this door. They look weird to you. They look like they should be arcane, but you can't really decipher or figure out what exactly they mean.
This place is perplexing me.
Did you find anything?
Well, the door's got weird writing on it. It kind of favors an arcanic type of writing, but not really. There's something weird about this place, and I definitely don't know what it's.
Do the druids discern the writing as anything either?
Druids looking at the door, you actually get the kind of the exact same. It looks like it should be some kind of arcane, but it's not arcane. You know a little bit better that it's there's foreign symbols, but they're not really arcane symbols. Roll.
Well, they're definitely not druidic.
Yeah, they're definitely not druidic. Silboran, roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Oh.
Dang. Okay, so from all the way back there over the character's shoulders, you can see some of the symbols on the door, and instantly, without question, 100% you know those are musical notes.
What? I scramble my way over.
Hedon will get out of your way and let you. He's not actually going there. He's going to go where you are, but gonna. Here, I'll move you.
Hedon's dark vision is bright.
Oh yeah, that's because I assumed he would have light, so I actually, basically put what a torch would have on his token.
Nope, give him that dark vision.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take that away, obviously. But for now, it's not a big deal.
So I'm gonna try and decipher the musical notes. Is it a certain type of instrument? Does it matter? Does it seem like it's
It doesn't have any notation about type of instrument. It has, with that perception, I can't even. Yeah, so you know, in the bottom part of the door, you see kind of a layout that has a spike in the middle, a sustain plate to the south, and musical notes to either side. And you are pretty quickly, being the musician you are, able to decipher the song, if you will, that has to be played. There is no indication as to what playing the song does, or
is it a single track or is it multiple tracks? Is it one person or multiple people?
I mean, it's a single note at a time.
Yeah.
So theoretically, someone with an instrument could play it by themselves.
Okay.
You could theoretically break out an instrument and play this song on your whatever instrument you choose as the musician you are.
Yeah. So I'm gonna relay that. This looks like musical notes, and I think it's asking for someone to play a song, and something's going to happen. I don't know what that is. That's certainly gonna kill our sneakiness about this. So up to you guys.
As long as I maintain concentration on my spell, we're good here. We can always try to be sneaky again when we get through the door, I guess.
Does it look like there's any other way to open the door, or does it just seem solid?
I mean, it looks like a regular door. Nobody's tried to open it. There are no handles. I will give you that. There's no visible handle or anything like that.
I'm
Yeah.
tempted for you to try it and see what happens.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
try it.
Give it a shot.
All right. I will pull out my lute and play the song.
Okay, you pull out your lute, you play the song. Nothing happens. That's the song you played.
Nothing happens, huh?
Maybe
Nope.
you didn't play it good.
Pull out my lyre and try the same thing.
All right, you play it very well. Nothing happens. And again, with the perception check, you notice at the bottom there is a instrument diagram, if you will. Spike in the middle, sustain at the bottom, with notes to either side.
Is an instrument diagram?
Yeah, what kind of looks like what would be considered an instrument diagram. Looks like kind of like what you would think of as the old church organ pipe thing,
Okay.
where it may be part of a building.
Is there anything around this area that looks like it'd be part of that would make an instrument on its own that you could press to open up air holes, because that's how an organ works? This area, maybe this area, Zandri, maybe this area is the instrument. Can you see if there's any place around that might have some type of...
I'm gonna look at the wall and see if there's any holes or anything like that.
Investigation. Where are you? Is that Saris?
Yeah.
Put your token where you're checking.
Yeah, probably would be checking around where I am.
Yep. Make the investigation check. Hedon, seeing you do that, is going to do the same.
22.
Just going to use
Stay
yours.
away from the pit.
Yeah, no, you don't really see any holes. There are some holes in the stonework, but nothing that looks like it was purposely put there by design.
No, it's obviously a musical sheet. I don't know it. So I point out the bottom part to the other people. It's either A, saying you need to do it from the temple itself, or B, somebody needs to play it, but I played it and that didn't work. So I don't know what it's asking for.
I'm gonna go back to the spikes and look and see if I see anything that might relate to that on the spikes.
On the spikes, it's just metal, relatively clean metal, with a significant amount of treasure sitting in the middle.
I'm gonna go back and investigate the plate.
Investigate the entryway plate.
Mhm.
Okay, how are you? And you investigated it once, and I told you what are you doing differently this time?
I'm gonna try to fan or blow off some of the dirt. See if there's writing underneath the dirt. I don't want to necessarily press the plate, but try to use what I can to get the debris or whatever off the plate.
Okay. Let's see. What do you have? What are you using to get the debris off the plate without pressing it down?
I think she's using paper or something to fan.
Okay.
Like
Like
make
an
some
old
air.
shirt kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Okay. So you do
Yeah,
that, and
something
you
like-
notice a symbol what appears to be the edge of a large symbol in the middle, and then on the corner you find a smaller symbol, kind of etched into the stone underneath all of the dirt. A little hard to read with all the dirt on it, but it's definitely,
A
you know,
thing.
a purposeful carved symbol.
Hey, shifty guy.
Hmm.
Do you have any kind of abilities that could blow off the rest of this dirt?
That's a weird question.
Here I'm thinking she means shifty guys and like you're up to no good.
Oh,
That's
no,
what
no,
I
no.
Right?
thought too.
Oh,
And I was very curious to see who she was talking about.
I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, I ain't no guy up to no good. What's up with that?
Uh,
not like that, guys. Gosh.
I guess I used Druidcraft to create a puff of wind to continue blowing off dirt off the pressure plate.
All right, Druidcraft to produce wind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that, you know, blows off the dirt. You know, the inside the etching it doesn't really, but all of the looser kind of dusty kind of dirt off the top is cleared off with a little bit of rubbing. You know, you can see. You guys noticed that this symbol was on the door.
Okay.
But I mean, you're assuming it means something because Silborn told you it did, but you don't know what.
Hey, Silborn, there's
What's
more
up?
of those characters or whatever on this plate.
Oh,
I don't know about. Sorry.
that might be it. You don't know about what?
This is out of character. I don't know about Saris, but Damokos feels like way out of place down here.
Zandri, can you step over to the other side of this plate?
Yeah.
No, the other side. I point over to the, like around the corner. Not on the plate.
I dropped my token. I didn't mean
Okay,
to.
wait, people are moving a lot.
Doing the shuffle.
So, Saris, are you moving toward your intended target of where you're walking?
I actually hadn't moved myself. I just ended up here. So I was just moving out of the way.
Oh, okay. All right. So this, where are the symbols? You said they're in the
Yeah.
corner. And
So
in
she
the
points them
center?
out to you, Silborn. You notice, instantly recognize the symbol as the same symbol on the door for sustain.
But that's it. Is there any other?
That is the only symbol. That's the only symbol on this plate.
Have you said that out loud?
No. There's
Okay,
only
never
one
mind.
symbol on here, but it seems like this is what I was talking about with the organ. You press this to hold the note, but there needs to be other plates to have a note. So I think we're on the right track in that this area makes the notes somehow. So I would say look around, try and find other plates or something else that would have a symbol that looks, and I'll describe the notes, the E, C sharp, F, D sharp, and stuff like that. Like they should look
Yep.
kind of like this on there. Any one of these. I mean, they're on the door. They should show up around here somewhere.
I'm gonna go over here and see if I
Okay, stop.
look around. Oh,
Hammer
As you
time.
move to that spot, the floor underneath you clicks down, and you hit a pressure plate. As it goes down, Silborin, you distinctly hear a D sharp.
That's it, right there. Who did that? Who's where? Everybody stop.
As the D sharp sounds, you also hear a very loud and an ear-splitting noise emanates from what seems to be the entryway, as well as both ends of this T-shaped triangle. Silborin and Saris both make Constitution saving throws.
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Fia and I are on the same page.
Oof.
I'm gonna use my luck.
Okay. And Saris?
Yeah, I mean I guess it's better.
That was a
Is
16.
a 16, and yours is an 11 total?
Yep.
Okay, so Saris, this it hurts your ears, but you're able to cover your ears pretty quickly, and you're not too bad off. Silvorin, caught off guard, you take 6 points of thunder damage
Oh God, we have displeased.
and are
We
pushed
have displeased the music
10
god.
feet back.
It feedback.
10 feet back. You're
Oh,
pushed.
You were
by
pushed
the-
10 feet back.
and I have to find where I wrote this down. There it is. What is this? So the problem with being pushed 10 feet back is you land on the spike trap.
Oh, from the entrance. Fantastic.
Make a acrobatics saving throw or athletics to catch yourself without being impaled.
Can I try to grab him? Is he close to me?
When he was pushed back, he was, but you don't. There's no reaction to grab somebody, unfortunately. All right. So failing that, you then take
A fuck ton.
5 points of piercing damage as you land on the spikes, and they kind of dig into your skull. I mean, you're wearing armor, so it's not like you're literally impaled through your skull and stuff.
Thanks,
But-
guys.
It definitely hurts, and you notice that you have a longsword, I believe, correct?
Rapier.
A rapier. Any large piece of metal is attracted to this spike pit, making it difficult to get up.
No, I don't have a weapon because I just stuck with range.
Okay, so you don't have any.
No, I do. I have a long sword, a rapier, and a short sword.
I was gonna say, usually there's at least a sword.
Oh no, those are my proficiencies. Yeah, I didn't grab a. I didn't put it on my list, but I'm sure I have
Okay.
a weapon of some
You have
sort.
arrows, I'm assuming.
Yes, arrows.
So you
and I'm
can-
sure I have a weapon. I just don't know. I didn't.
You can
specify
notice that, and laying on the ground, looking up, you can see. You're basically right next to this big old pit of gold.
what- Yeah. Well, now I know why it's there.
All right, so you that happens. Take that damage.
Yeah, it did.
The Saris, you're still standing on the plate.
I'm gonna back off
Okay,
of it.
so you slide off. The plate raises back up. You hear a nicer click. And Silvorin knows that this is D sharp.
Now I'm gonna use Druidcraft and just do puffs of wind to kind of blow dust off and look for symbols on the ground.
Can I get a little help here?
Heaton from the background be like, I would, but I don't want to fall on the spikes too.
Take off whatever's metal. That's what's attracting it.
I help him up.
I mean, hearing that, he's gonna, doff the raggly tag bits of armor that he has. He's lucky he only tag tags might have been pulled in when he first stepped up, but
Yeah.
he takes those off and then he's like, oh, okay. Actually, let me do that as well. Perception.
Okay, I attempt to help Silborn up.
He also says, Silborn, also, before you fell on the spikes and took a nap, something on this door glowed.
I did not. 1, take a nap. 2, awesome. We'll check it out.
All right, you help him up. So Silborn, place your token on a square not on top of Mako. Unless you're like riding his shoulders.
Hey.
scraping your head against the ceiling.
Uh,
Can I get a little bit of healing, please?
I don't know if I have that prepared. 1 second.
He Heaton, after seeing what happened, walks over and he'll cast Cure Wound.
What a nice guy.
I don't actually have that prepared.
He heals you for 11.
I am max hit points. Fucking hallelujah. Okay. Okay. All right.
And he's also like, hey, you were right. These spikes aren't so bad now.
Show me on the door where it touched you.
Eden also bends down and is like, hey, check this out. And it looks like from the blast, there was some gold that had been dislodged from the pile in the middle and is now on the edge. And without his armor on it, he bends down and picks up 100 gold.
Nice.
And I'm just going to add that to his sheet unless you guys want to divvy it up some way.
I'm sure we will at some point.
Okay, well, for now I just added it to. Or does somebody have like a party treasure tracker? You want to just add 100 gold to the party treasure?
We'll make us do it.
Let's not have Zandri do it.
I can totally do that. I'll do that. I was
Zandri
already
walks-
preparing my note.
Sondre walks over and is like, oh, cool. And takes the 100 gold. I don't care. Somebody mark it down. You guys got 100 gold
Done.
that he
Done.
picked up. All right. What are you doing?
I'm
Yeah,
asking
he
him to show
goes
me
up, he
on the
points
door.
out the symbol that you recognize as D sharp
Okay.
on the door had lit up, and then it, it kind of sparked and then quickly faded.
Okay, so
And then you took a nap and the spikes.
everybody come gather at the spikes. Make sure you have nothing metal. I didn't take a nap. Good. And we can talk about what seems to be happening. Actually, show
Okay.
me where
Nobody
you
moved.
where you went, Saris.
Well, I
I'm
can't
on the
actually
spikes
see
already.
anybody.
I went right here, and I
I
point
can
at the where
Can
I had stepped.
you shuffle with me a little bit so I can see that?
I mean, keep in mind the squares are 5 feet wide, so
Yeah.
you stand there, but you guys could both technically stand there, and you're not 5 feet wide.
Can I see? Is there anything on the pad? I'm assuming
I
can-
believe Saris had said you used Druidcraft earlier, right?
Yeah, to try and
Yeah,
blow the dust
so-
off.
The middle, on this thing, give me a investigation or perception. Either one at this point is good.
Investigate.
While he's looking at that one, I'm gonna use Druidcraft and blow off the dust over here.
I swear to
Over
God,
on
if
this
you blow
one.
that shit in my eyes.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
you
let that
notice
be.
the same thing. There's a little symbol on the stone that has the symbol for D sharp
Okay. Okay.
that was on the door.
All right.
And
I'm assuming, Saris, you're doing that because you think there's one right
You-
there.
You also notice that the pressure plate, now that you've seen it, is not the entire 5 foot wide section.
Okay.
It is a large pressure plate in the middle, but you could skirt around it without actually stepping on it if you chose to.
So all 4 of these are that one?
Say that again? I don't understand the question.
What is it? Fuck. Is it?
I think he meant all 4 of those squares are that one.
How do you ping? Space?
You
Uh,
hold
Just
left
hold
click.
the click.
just hold click.
Oh. Is it all 4 of these squares?
Nope, it is literally the 5 foot square in front of you.
Okay, but you were saying there is it? Oh, so it's in that 5 foot square.
Yeah, it's
but
in the
in
5
middle.
foot square, but it's not 5
Okay.
feet. It is a
Got it.
large pressure plate in the middle of that 5 foot. So if you said, I'm going to step over, you could get into that space without triggering this pressure.
Okay. Is there one to the next to it now that Saris has blown some wind around?
Yeah, to make things go faster, he's blown some wind around. You rolled a pretty good investigation. You notice a symbol on the one above it. Being, who you are, you recognize it as the F sharp.
Okay. How many notes? 1, 2. Thank God, whoever made this didn't have. Wait. Shit. Saris, can you carefully walk over that one and blow the next one?
I'll
I'm going to carefully
avoid the pressure plate.
and I'm going to kind of
blow on the
straddle
next
this one as well.
All right. You guys kind of obviously figured out the idea. So
No, yeah. I was like, that wasn't on there. Okay.
you guys go through here, and Silborin, you notice the symbols
Oh, come on.
for what they are.
Ah. Oh, whoever
think
made
they're-
this place has a sick sense of humor.
Do you think there might be more on the other side then?
Yes.
I'd
Um,
carefully
let's-
step off of it and
Yeah.
head over to do
Yeah.
the
Okay,
same thing over
going-
here.
Going slowly takes you guys a little bit of time, but not too long, and you guys are able to uncover the notes.
I can't get. Okay. All right. Okay, so have that one. Have that one. We have that one. Have those. I have that one. I have those. I have that one. Okay, great. All right. So it's an organ. It's not like an organ inside your body. It's a musical instrument. So each of these plates play a note, and you have to play the song that's on that door. I point towards the door. And I'm going to assume that door opens based on that. And if you play the wrong note, as our friend, I point to Saris, has so eloquently pointed out, and I got to witness and have a nice little nap in this spike area.
Told you were napping.
So we need to play these notes in order. I don't think it has to be immediate. Otherwise, that would be really, really rough to deal with.
You being familiar with song know that there is a tempo to every song.
Oh, no.
And on the door,
Oh.
let's say you go back, you study the door, and you notice that there is a tempo of 4 seconds.
Okay.
6 seconds. We'll make it
Okay.
round. Make it easy.
Okay. So,
So are we gonna have to split up
One,
and
4,
each
5,
take
6, 7,
take a plate and
3,
you
4,
direct
5,
us?
7 plates and the sustain. Shit. Okay.
So
Okay.
what does this one do over here then?
What? Oh, that's the sustain. That's the one that holds. You have
Step
to
on
put
it
those
and find
things
out.
in. Okay.
So
Oh, boy.
someone has to keep stepping on this one for those ones?
Some of them. So we have one. So if I direct, we have 4 people. I can be on sustain. So Saris, I need to swap with you carefully. I'm inside you now.
Whoa.
Mako turns
Hey.
to the bear and rages. That's my girlfriend.
Hey.
Can you guys? Oh man. Okay, now I have to walk you guys through it. Okay, who wants which side?
Good adventurers go left.
I'll take the north side.
There is nothing on the north side, Hedon.
He points to the big ass door.
2 people on this side, I point towards where Saris is, and 2 people on that side, I point towards where Zandri is.
Pick the side.
What about the door?
The door will handle itself.
All right, fine.
Okay. The first note is E. And I'm going to look around the corner, but I can't get my character to look around the corner, so I'm not stepping on the spikes, all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Heeden, you have the first note. It's the second one over there on your line. Does that make sense?
Hold on. Since he's not here to play his character, Rolling's gonna play his character. Oh dang. Yep. You say you got the first note. It's the second one, and he jumps on it.
Oh, gee.
You hear a crisp E sound ring. Everybody from where you are, you notice a symbol on the door glows and it gets brighter and brighter. What are you doing? Hurry up.
I run around the corner.
Okay, Xandri, what are you doing? Go.
Everybody, brace
Oh,
yourself.
she moved to another note, it looks like. What note is that? She moved on to that note, and with that, you hear another note. And Heden's everybody but Silvorin make a Constitution saving throw.
God.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So, Ceres, you take 5 points of thunder damage. You are pushed 10 feet. Make an acrobatics saving throw.
Oh shit.
You take 3 points of piercing damage as you land on the spikes.
B, I
Ow.
don't think you like your characters.
I help her up.
The rest of you, your ears are ringing. Ceres, this is much worse than last time. Even
help
being a
Ceres
little bit
up.
ready for it. Yep. So don't forget that's 8 points of damage total.
Okay. Everybody go back to their neutral spot and don't move until I'm done explaining.
I'm sorry he's not
I
here.
felt pressured.
I gotta just play the character
Oh,
by the
wow.
rules.
Good. That was a good one. All right.
And I'm glad it worked out because that was hilarious.
If
For
we work
you-
through this, we'll leave on a high note.
I'm walking out. I'm walking out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
As everybody's getting in place, I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
Okay.
I thought you said you
So
didn't have that prepared.
I do. He
Mako
doesn't.
doesn't have it.
Mako's
Oh,
doing it.
okay.
The
All
way
right,
this
so
works
get back to full.
is we are going to go in order and in time, but we're not doing anything yet until I'm done explaining it. So no move.
Oh. You should be
Okay.
a little more clear about that next time.
I guess I should. Yes. All right. So what's gonna happen is,
I got the first note. The middle
Yes.
one back there.
and you're gonna press your note, and then you're gonna get off, and then the next person's gonna press their note after 4 seconds, and then they're gonna get off, and then the next person's gonna press their note after 4 seconds, and then they're gonna get off, and it's gonna do that 7 times. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
And my player is bleeding
Thanks.
through my character.
But I don't know when I go. When do I go?
That's fine. We're getting to that.
Okay.
I'm making the preliminary statements before we get to that point because saying you're first apparently makes them just jump to it.
I just want to say preliminary is what Silborn was about to say. Preliminary.
Moving on. Heden's gonna have the first note over there.
Neat.
I believe Makos, you have the next note, which is right in front of you. No, you have the next note, which is 2. in front of you. So it's going to be not the first, but the second one. I'm going to count them as 1, 2, and 3. So Heaton has number 2 first. Makos has number 2 second. Makos and me. And then it's going to be Heaton again on number 3. And then it's going to be Cirrus on number 3. And it's going to be Heaton on number 1. Who the fuck made this? Why? All right, nope. That's it.
Why
Zandri
am I
and
on
Heaton
number
switching.
1?
Zandri and Heaton, you're switching.
Zandri and we're switching? Okay.
Yes. Okay. Zandri, you have number 2 first, you have number 3 third, and you have number 1.
So, okay, clarification.
Yes.
1 is closest to me or
Yes.
further?
1 is closest to you.
Okay. So 2, and then 1.
It's going to go, no, it's 2, then 3, then 1, but it's every other for you. So it's going to be you first on 2. Then it's going to be Makos on 2.
This
Then it's going to be you on 3.
this is not gonna work.
We don't have any. Either we do this or we just walk out because it's the only way we can do this. Does anybody have fly or teleport or not teleport or float or something?
No.
Let me see.
No.
No.
Is it possible for me, thinking about it, Veneer, if I can move to all the notes in time?
No. Because
Okay.
typically, especially, you would know there's no way that you could hit a note and the sustain pedal at the same time.
The sustain I can deal with.
I feel like
you
you
wouldn't
could
be able
just
to get
shout
from
over
one
the
side
notes
to the
and
other.
Tell us what to step on. All of these are labeled, like they're all just out of game. Are they all actually labeled for us on the floor? Like,
There's a little symbol. It's not like a huge, massive. This is what it is. But yes, there are symbols in the stone in the middle of the pressure plates.
so for the sake of this, it's easy for us to be able to read it if he calls out the things. Like if he calls out C sharp, we can jump on that.
If he calls out C sharp, I don't. I mean, if you spent some time, kind of studying C sharp is this symbol. But if he wrote it out, you could visually easily be like, this symbol and that symbol are the same.
Okay. In game. Why don't you just call it out? But so instead of trying to coach us all on what to step on now, just after the note goes off, say Mako, step on 2, or Saris, step on 3.
The problem is it has to be in time. It has to be in sync. So I can say Zandri go and then Makos go, but if you don't go fast enough or if you go too slow, then it won't count.
We'll move exactly when you tell us to move.
I'm going to look over back here and
Mhm.
around the corner. Is there anything on these?
Anything on what?
There. Oh, that's a dead end? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay. I thought they went farther. Ah.
Nope.
If I call your name out and you know where to go at that time, maybe?
I mean, if we're going to be stuck here trying to get through a door for a while, it wouldn't hurt for us to study up on what these symbols actually are.
Yeah. So I would say, well, okay, it's. Does anybody have a piece of paper or a pen or something?
Slash checks inventory.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking too. I
think
would
have
have.
some, actually.
I
An
don't know.
entertainer's pack. I don't
if
know
I
what's in
have
it.
it. I know that's my problem too. Is I'm like, I don't actually know everything that's in these packs.
Entertainers.
See what he has.
I do not.
I do not.
Nope.
Oh, I also don't have a blanket anymore. I should remove that.
If only y'all had a wizard with you.
And
That
I
would
think
be-
Zandri needs to add a blanket to her inventory.
It would be
So-
surprising if druids had a paper. I would think.
Out of game, I will give you guys the option. If you don't want to deal with all of this, you could leave it to a roll and do either like a party performance check or an individual character intelligence check to play the song. If you'd prefer to do it that way as opposed to
I think this is hilarious.
I feel like he could just call it out after we've studied up on the symbols so that we can all roughly know what symbol equals what.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a place, you might not have a piece of paper that you could write it down, but there are plenty of very dusty surfaces.
Yeah. The problem is if I could give, obviously, because I'm thinking musician, right? If I give everybody the same sheet note and be like, look, this is your order. If you watch this, then I'm just like go, go, go. And I can call the person and they know where they're at because they're following the sheet music, but we don't have that. So I'm like, I don't know how. And I get what Marcus is saying, and it's like, yes, but you have to remember where you are in the order. I can't just be like, Marcos, go now.
Okay, what about if we create a shorthand? So you could do RD1, write down space 1, or you could do LU2, and that way if you do the left side up, you know Mako's going to do it. If you do the left side down, you know Cirrus is going to do it.
Yeah, I can see that because I can do that in time as well. Because I can run with because it's
And
going to be 4
then-
seconds. So it's
Yeah.
going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can wait the first one and say like, wait LU1 go. Right?
Yeah.
Does that work for
Then
everybody?
then all you have to remember is your direction and what space you have to move. But you don't have to rely on knowing what the order is. You do.
I do.
Could you
But the rest
call
of
my name instead of RU?
The only issue with that is the 4th note needs 2 people to move.
Which 2 people?
That's
Going to
complicated.
be Saris and Hedon. Maybe I should have you guys switch back.
No faith, man. No faith.
You jumped on the button before I said anything.
You told me to go to the button.
I said you will go first. I didn't say you should go first right now.
You
So
said
this-
you're going first. I went first.
Okay.
I'm a good listener.
Okay, so those 2 are the final 2, so you could be like final or F.
No, they're not the final 2. They are going together in order, but they are not the final. There's 7 notes we have to play,
Oh god.
and that's the 4th one.
Okay.
I like the idea. We can just say group note now, and just those 2 people need to remember this is where they need to go for that.
What if you just do first initials and then on that note have the initial of G for group?
Well, there's a note that is actually G. I mean, yes.
But you're
I
not
guess.
saying the notes, you're saying
But
the
I
number.
can't say both positions in time, right? So I can say G go now.
So if
but I
that's
can't
the
say-
only one, how about we just learn that one step and you just say the number of the note and we will know what to do?
Yes, I can do that. Does that work? Because that's going to be you, Saris, and that's going to be you, Hedon, and I have to call one, so I can call Saris's first and Hedon's second. So it'd be G, 3, 2, go.
But what I'm saying is that if you're calling everything, I have a pretty good short-term memory. I can just know that when you say what note in the sequence is this?
This is the 4th note.
So you say number 4, I know to step on this plate.
Right, but we're talking about the shorthand that Zandria suggested, which means I'm calling out each plate as we go.
Yeah, but I'm saying because you're saying that this particular one is a problem, for that particular one, instead of doing the shorthand, make it just say number 4,
It
and we
has
know
to
what
be
to do.
one. It's going to have to be one syllable because I'm going to be counting out in each second. So I'd have to say note 4, go now. Does that work?
Saris?
Yeah, that should work. Which one am I pressing for that one?
You will have to get number 3, and Hedon will have to get number 2 on that one. On
So
that
on-
specific note. On that
so
specific note.
Note 4, ready, go. When you say go, I jump on number 2.
Note 4, ready, go. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
So-
and I jump on number 3.
You will jump on number 3, yes.
Okay.
The other thing is I don't know how loud was the note when it played? Was it really deafening?
When Heaton first jumped on the note, it was a crisp, beautiful E.
So it's easy to talk over it, or at least to talk through it?
I mean, it's loud, but you
It
think
lasts-
that if
how
you
long did it
shouted, you
last?
could probably the entire until Xandri jumped on F sharp.
It lasts the entire time? Yet.
But I mean, you could jump on a note and try.
But it should only you shouldn't be holding the notes the entire time. It's only the sustain.
That's a good point. She jumped on pretty quick, but you heard the note starting to fade,
Okay.
and then she jumped on F sharp, and
Okay.
loud, thunderous, bad things happen.
How long usually? And the sustain is the entire? Is it the entire time for the sheet music, or is it half the time?
Your character would know that. Frank has absolutely no idea how sustain works in music, but your character
Okay.
absolutely knows that.
The problem I'm gonna have is we're gonna
It's
have
every
to kind of
measure.
figure out of character, out of game, one way or the other. Because if it's going to hold the entire time, I can't talk over it, right?
It would,
I would think that sustain would make the note happen through the count of 4.
Yeah.
So it'd be like E, 3, 2, 3, 4, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, F, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
and then the numbers
That's
being
what I'm
silent.
thinking too. So. Oh. Okay.
Just thinking about, because I'm pretty sure the pedal on a keyboard is a sustain for a keyboard.
Yes.
And
yeah,
that's kind of how they
sustain
work.
usually holds to the entire note.
Until you pick up your foot, it
I mean, the
continues the
sustain
note.
itself will say how long it holds on the sheet music, if I remember correctly.
well,
But whatever.
your
we'll go with
DM
the
is
fact
not a
that it's
musical
going-
savant and did not create a sustain measure for
We're
your
gonna
sheet music.
we're gonna say that it goes to the entire note count. So now I'm thinking about how I'm gonna direct people while the sustain is going off because I can't talk over it.
Are you sure you can't talk over it?
No, I'm not. Mage hand. I have mage hand.
ooh. Can your mage hand push things?
Manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial. Can attack, activate magic items that carry more than 10 pounds. That's a GM call.
It says it can carry 10 pounds, and I don't think 10 pounds of pressure would be enough to,
Okay, that's
to
fine.
set off a pressure
I'm going to
plate.
use it as a director's stick. So I'm going to cast Mage Hand because it's a cantrip. And I'll be like, okay, so this is going to be a way to help enhance my countdowns because some of these notes are sustained notes, which means I may not be able to talk over them. So I'm going to hold up the hand and I'll be like, okay, it's going to count down. It's going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, and point at the person that needs to go. And I'm also going to call out the symbols as well. Is that too confusing, or is that going to help you guys?
That as
I
long
don't
as I know the
know.
order that I need to hit these on, that should work.
Couldn't
I
hurt.
just nod quietly.
So let's try a mock. Nobody move. I'm going to have the magic hand up, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to move it towards the general direction of who needs to go next. And the only thing you need to remember, both for Saris and Hedon, is that the fourth note, you both have to go. So I can't do much about that. I can just kind of go 4, 3, 2, 1 and just like point down. Because I can't point both of you at the same time. So it's going to
Okay.
look like 4, 3, 2, 1, point at Zandri. And I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to clap. And I'm going to go R, U, 2, go on 4. So it's going to go, my hand's going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to say nothing on the first one. I'm going to say RU2, go. In
As
correct
this
method.
test, you notice that you're doing a count of 4, and your mage hand, which requires an action to make do stuff, doesn't move as fast as you need it to
Damn it!
in order to do what you're trying to do.
You killing me, Smalls.
Okay, forget the mage hand.
I'm just saying, it takes an action, and an action is every 6 seconds.
You're right. It is. You're absolutely right. Okay, so forget the mage hand. It's not going to work. Too slow. So
Poof.
RU2, 1, or RU2, go. Nothing. LD2, go. Nothing. The F is RU3, go. Nothing. The fourth one is group note play now. Or I can say go. Group note play go. Group note together
I'm
go.
confused. Are you doing this in order?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure the first one you said RU, and that would be me.
You're right. RD. Yes.
But I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be me because I already made that mistake once.
RD2 go. Yes. It's the player and the character are both trying to do this at the same time.
I gotcha. Okay, you're taking notes for yourself. I got it. I thought you were saying it. Okay, cool. Carry on.
RD2 LU R3 group RD1 L R. Okay. So it's RD2, LU2, RD3, group, RD1, LD1, RU3. Everybody on board with that?
I only
Mhm.
got 2. I'm good. I got this.
Makos, you good?
I nod quietly.
Saris, you good?
I
Why are you not
think
talking?
I got it.
Hedon, you good?
I got this.
Zandri, you ready?
RD, got it.
All right.
I'm gonna kind of straddle this one so I'm ready to press them.
Is everybody ready?
I take a horse stance over this one so that I'm ready to press the other two as well. Or the
Oh,
one,
yeah.
you know, I'm already standing on.
I'm ready.
It's going to start with a clap, and then I'm going to go into it. So each first second is a clap because I only have 3 things to say each time. So it'll be clap, and then the number, clap, letters, number, and on. No, actually, it's going to be letter, number, go, and on go you will press your note. So RD2 go, LU2 go, and so on and so forth. That's the way I'm going to try it. Hopefully this works. Otherwise, I'm probably going to take some damage, and we're all going to have fun with it, I guess.
You're gonna take another nap?
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And we do it.
Okay. Yeah, I think you guys prepared pretty well. Silborn, make a performance check.
I use my fucking luck.
You
And
have.
I wish I
already
had it
used
right
your
now.
luck.
Are we assisting
Oh.
him?
Nope. He's conducting you.
I mean,
Yeah, that's enough. I mean, you guys prepared a lot. If you hadn't have prepared so much, the DC might have been higher, but it was pretty good. I just want to make sure you didn't completely waff it. All right, so you guys stand on the appropriate plates. Each symbol, Silborin, you notice as they're playing, each symbol on the door starts lighting up, and then on the last G sharp, as soon as the G sharp is pressed, the big symbol in the middle of the door lights up, and the door splits down the middle and goes each to a side.
okay, make sure when you get up to not press any other buttons.
I
Okay.
get off, and I actually step in Zandri's path to get through the door first.
I carefully get off of those and start making my way towards the door.
Heaton stops and notices some more gold around the bottom of the thing and picks up another 100 gold.
What?
Another thunderclap went off.
I poke him and hold out my hands.
He hands it over.
God.
Sweet.
You plan on splitting that little one?
Yeah.
Insight check. Because I feel like that's something Heaton would do. Well, he's proficient at it.
Wow. He totally believes her.
He legit backs you. She would. Of course she's going to. Why do you even ask? And then like goes off like you're
Because
dumb
she
for
wants
asking.
my entire share of this reward. So
I
she's
mean, I want your
already
entire
greedy
share of
enough
this
for all
reward.
of this
Have you
gold.
seen my armor? Terrible.
Yeah, but
She's
we-
greedy enough for this gold, and she hasn't seemed to want to specifically be friendly towards us.
What? She's awesome. Whatever. You're crazy.
Yeah, it's just because I'm not serious. It's fine.
No, it's because you've acted shady every time we come in contact with gold.
It's shiny.
We can keep a running tally, Makos. Is that?
She's not wrong. It is shiny.
I have a tally.
We can keep another running tally just in case.
I mean, if you don't trust me.
I'm just
Right.
saying. I get what he's saying, right? Like, this is the first time we've ever walked around together. It can be a little.
Hey, you gave me the gold from the hag, and I split that evenly. I'm just saying.
How far is this? 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, so for everybody except for Xandri, you can now see through the door. And you can barely make out the picture I sent. Xandri, you can see it. Saris, now that you've moved up, you can see the far end of this chamber looks like it has a little alcove kind of in the wall on the far side of the room. It looks empty.
I'm gonna blow a puff of wind on the plate in front of me, or the spot in front of me, and with Druidcraft, and just make sure there's no more pressure plates there.
Okay, using Druidcraft helps. Make a perception or invest. This would probably be. Where are you looking for? Like in the room, or in front of you?
It's gonna be on the one in front of me, because I
Then
don't want to step on it.
investigation.
And the DM has already made us paranoid enough to check every 5.
No, it's not a pressure plate. None within 10 feet of you are a pressure plate.
We are officially playing Minesweeper, gentlemen.
I'm gonna look around the room. Do I see anything hanging on walls or anything like that, or anything at all in the room?
The room, about 40 by 40 feet, is totally empty. There is not a chair, a candlestick holder, nothing. The only thing you see is across the way is a plinth with some, kind of red columns, worn red columns on the side, and an empty alcove in the wall. I put the picture in Discord for ease of your imagination.
Should we check that out?
I'm gonna look at the ceiling just to see if there's anything hanging from the ceiling.
Perception. Xandri, what are you doing? You're still way back there. Are you just hanging out?
I probably see nothing.
Stone. You see lots of stone.
I am going to, I guess, move up slowly and looking out for traps as I move closer to the alcove.
Silborn, what are you doing? Silborn. You must be napping again.
What?
What are you doing?
Sorry, I had to mute myself because I got called.
Oh, gotcha. All right, Mako, hold off there for a second. You didn't step on anything, but just give some. What is everybody? Is anybody following him, or is everybody kind of holding back while Mako treks across?
I'd be slowly making my way forward using Druidcraft just to blow dust off, just to make sure I'm not stepping on anything.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna fall behind Saris.
very slowly making your way across the room each time, so basically 6 seconds a square. Druidcraft, take a minute to look at it, move on. Okay, Hedon is just going to follow Silborn. And Xandri, are you entering the room? You staying there? What are you doing?
Following behind.
You're going to follow Mako?
Can I see the walls around? Like,
Yep.
They don't have
like-
anything special.
Nope, stone walls, completely empty. Nothing hanging. Nothing on them at all. No furniture in the room. It's a completely empty room.
Okay.
All right, Mako, Saris, go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you want to do. Yep. Make it there. No problem.
Weird. Okay.
Is anything out of the ordinary with this alcove thingy?
Investigation.
Yeah, I'd be checking as well. So, would I be able to assist or my own?
Make your own.
Okay.
Do it on your own.
Saris doesn't really seem. Mako, after looking for a couple minutes, getting distracted by Saris a little bit, you notice what appears to be some scratches kind of along the base of the alcove. They're pretty, dust covered, but there definitely looks to be like some scratches.
Like scratches like this thing moves, or scratches like what?
Like scratches in the stone.
Along the base of the alcove, so like the floor?
No, like if you're looking at the picture in Discord, there's 2 stones from the floor and then like a thin piece on that thin piece from side to side. There are some something on it. It's very dirty.
I trace the scratches.
Okay, as you run your finger across them and kind of clean them a little bit, you notice that it is writing.
Do I notice what the writing is?
No. you speak Elvish. I'm pretty sure we'd established that earlier.
Yes.
So you can definitely read it.
I do not read it out loud in case it might be a spell.
Okay, in that case, I will send it to you. I really need to get the direct messaging in Roll20 working, but for now, I'll send it to you in Discord.
I immediately just back off and go to Silborn. Do you know Elvish?
I believe, sir, that I do.
Did
Do you?
go up there and read it. It's yours. I walk away.
Okay. Why are you walking all the way back there?
Would I
He's like, I'm out.
would I have noticed what he was reading?
You
before-
absolutely would have noticed him wiping away to clear off enough to be able to read. There's no way you couldn't have not have seen that. Do you speak Elvish?
Yes, I'm a
You do.
half elf.
Does the half elf speak Elvish?
I mean, hey, you could have been kicked out of school. I don't know you. In that case, I'm just gonna put it in chat. So, because at this point, Xandri's the only one who wouldn't be able to read it or know what it says
It's-
because nobody has said it out loud.
I speak Sylvan. Is that a different dialect of
That is
Elvish?
not a
Yeah, it's
dialect of
different.
Elvish.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you haven't been, even if you
Oh, that's
spoke
right.
Elvish, you haven't been to the alcove, which technically Silvorn hasn't yet either. But Saris, you read that first.
Silborn, you want to come look at this?
Sure.
Are you on a call?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
You better take a look at this cliche.
Well, I didn't go because I asked Makos, why are you backing pedaling so much?
Oh, when
thought
you
for
noticed me
really it was a-
backpedal, I wasn't backpedaling in like fear or anything like that.
Okay.
I was just walking away in frustration. Annoyance, so to speak.
I mean, okay. Yes, that looks. It's like too good to be true, right, Saris? You understand what this is saying, yes?
Yeah, something about singing a song and it's supposed to fill up with gold.
Yeah, that sounds way too good to be true. Is there nothing else around here? Is this it?
I only saw this because Marco found it. I
Okay.
didn't see anything else.
Who is that in the middle? Is that Xandri? Xandri, you probably don't want to be standing there.
I walk over to Zandri. Have you attempted to see if you can disable the spike trap?
We lost her, Jim.
Apparently so. Legit see her sitting in front of me, not doing anything, wondering what the hell she's doing.
No, I was doing something. I couldn't get the window to come up. No, I have not. I go look at the spike trap, like the one that we just went past. That one?
Yes, that one. You couldn't do anything with the pressure plate, but the pressure plate was different than the trap.
Correct, but there was no mechanisms or anything about the spike thing that I saw when I looked at it.
I thought you only looked at the pressure plate.
No.
Silvorn, are you gonna repeat what you said to her earlier?
Xandri, you should probably not be standing right there.
Maybe this is how the gold that was on that spike trap got there.
Maybe. We can see what happens. Everybody's ready.
I'm gonna back around this corner.
He'll follow suit with Saris.
I pull out my lute and play a song.
All right. Make a performance check to see if the gods approve of your trip.
What is?
Not really, but
Oh my! What is the stupid thing called? Rotel's Rut. That's what I'm doing. Ah!
I love it.
ooh, that was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yikes. Okay. Give me a second. All right. So as you play, as you hit the last note of your song, a heavenly choir emanates from the nook, and you hear a faint behind the nook. And let's. Yeah, he did. So he needs to make a strength check. Strength. Okay. He succeeds. Alright, and then let me just get this done. So that minus his check. Oh, yikes. Okay. So, okay. So as you finish your song, you hear this heavenly note sound from the nook. You hear a slight click. And you hear a rumbling behind you as you turn around. First, Mako and Xandri make a dexterity saving throw. As this heap of gold coins and treasure starts flying from the spikes in front behind you towards the nook.
Hold on a second. That might. That's wrong. Hold on. Minus 10
16?
from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cheeky.
you save, and you do not. So let's see what you do. So Xander, you take 12 points of piercing, bludgeoning damage as you are pelted with gold coins.
Do I
Gems.
catch anything with my face and your clothing while I take this damage?
Not with that dexterity check.
Something's gotta slip in somewhere. I'm just saying.
You get 1 gold.
I'll take it.
As it continues, Saris and Hedon make dexterity saving throws at advantage, and Silborin make it normal.
Of course I make it. You're right.
So Hedon makes it.
Jeez.
You did not make it. Saris makes it. So you also, Silborin, take 12 points of piercing bludgeoning damage as you are just pelted by gold coins and bits of wood that are caught up in this.
Wasn't that bad? Come on.
There's a random arrow that comes out and hits you.
Jeez.
All of this flying, and when you turn around, the alcove has a pile of gold in it.
I did it. Ta-da.
Are you okay?
Not really. That fucking hurt.
I go up
I
and
feel your pain, sir. I
and
feel your
cast
pain.
Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, how much do I get? Thanks.
Wow. You, sir, get all the healings.
Alright, it's better than nothing. I'll take it.
That's literally the least he could possibly heal.
Hey, Cirrus. How about me?
Hedon will cast it on you, seeing how ineffective Saris's casting once.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. That was Frank who said that, not Heaton, because it's his character. But I rest my case with that 11.
Excellent.
Is that even rolling right? 1d8 plus 3? Yeah, he rolled an 8. That's the second max healing I've done.
Well done.
My first one was max. My second one was min.
Your character could be said to have been min-maxed.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Are y'all doing? What are you doing now? The treasure has flown by, pelting Xandri and Silborin. The rest of the party managing to jump out of the way.
How much gold is in this alcove now?
Are you searching the alcove?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Andrew. He went. I was waiting for that.
She's like, meow.
Had to recover.
Okay, so we'll go through this. So sifting through this, you found 2,000 gold. You find an onyx, a large onyx worth 5,000 gold. But it's a gem, so don't write onyx worth 5,000 gold, not just 5,000 gold. You find a mystery key.
Lots of mystery.
You find a buckle of quickening. I can actually post this into the chat to make it easier for you. I didn't think about that until just
That
now.
would definitely make it easier.
There you go. You find a buckle of quickening. You find shift weave. Just keep in mind that you find a buckle. You don't yet know that it's a buckle of quickening, but you find a buckle, and you find a shirt. An outfit, rather. And you find an arrow. Specifically, Silborin finds the arrow
In my chest.
Nice.
as it is lodged in his shoulder.
What a dick.
There's a.
Just saying, when Silborin identifies what that shift weave is, he's got his performance game on check. He's just got that.
Do what?
When Silborin identifies what the shift weave is, he's just like, he's got his performance game just down at that point.
Oh, yeah.
I have now become the treasury.
Alright, do Silborin and Mako and Heaton, actually, do you guys have the identify spell?
No.
F no.
Nope.
Do you have access to that spell?
No.
I'm looking it up right now, so.
I mean, I could get it, but I never
Bards
picked it
and
up.
wizards. Okay.
Bard has access to it. I just never picked it up.
Is Bard, are you like the cleric, and can you re-change your spells every day, or do you know
No.
a set number?
No, I have a set, and that's it. And I can never
Okay.
change it.
So then what I'm going to do is it takes a short rest to identify magical properties. Same question for detect magic. Does anybody know that spell
No.
or have access to it?
I actually have it prepared.
Okay, so you have access to the detect magic spell.
Yeah, it's prepared right now. I can ritual cast it too if I want. Well, no, I can't because I'm not. Wait, no, I think I can. No, I think I need to be a ritual caster
no,
for that.
I think, yeah, you have to be a ritual caster. You either have to take the feat or some portion of your character class has to give it to you.
I thought you always
Yeah,
had
I
the
think
ritual
only mage
caster.
really does ritual casting now.
Does it really?
Wizards are ritual casters by default, but there's
Yeah, wizards are the only ones that.
yeah, I think they're the only. I think there is a form of druid that gets it, but I don't remember. It's a specific circle that gets it.
I've got
Right.
it.
You have ritual casting? No. Do I have ritual casting?
No, I bet you it's Circle of the Moon, of what the land, whatever he is. I bet you that's what
He's
has
definitely
it.
Circle of the Land. No, I can do ritual casting too. Wait,
Can you?
no, it just says I have ritual casting of detect magic, but I don't have ritual casting as an actual. I don't have it like he does. You can cast a druid spell as a ritual if the spell has the ritual tag, and yeah, I don't have that though. That's
Yeah,
just him.
so the spell is a ritual spell, but because you don't have ritual casting, you can't do that. But Saris can. So
I just don't have that spell prepared.
Well, for ritual casting,
You
oh
don't
yeah,
need
you
it
have
for
to have it.
rituals.
No, you do. You do need it.
Yeah,
Wizards
it
don't
says
because
it.
they can open their
Oh,
book
I
and
see.
read it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
every
yeah.
other class has to have it prepared. But you
Yeah,
can
it
cast
says
it
I
as a
have to have
ritual
it
without using
prepared.
a spell slot. So I feel like that kind of like drags things down, especially if you don't have it prepared. You have to then like sleep to re-prepare it and all that. And since you're the only one that would be able to do it reliably, we'll say, I got to figure out how to handle that for purposes of going forward. So you are going to have to use the detect magic spell, or you can just try to identify things. So
Well,
for identify, what
I
we're
have
going
it
to do.
prepared right now, so I'll just waste a spell slot on it.
No, don't do that right now. It's fine for purposes of right now. So we're almost done for tonight anyway. So to identify things, you have to take a short rest. The entirety of your hour has to be spent in contact and focusing on an item. And then it will identify to you, not necessarily attune. That would be another hour to then attune to it if it requires attunement. Does that make sense to everybody?
So, our other problem is, I don't know if you're just giving it to us that we know these 2 items are magical, but
Well,
currently we
that's
would not. So when we do go to take our short rest, we wouldn't even be able to cast during that time frame.
That's my point that I got. For now, I'm just going to give it to you because I didn't think about this problem ahead of time because I didn't think about it. So for now, I'm going to give it to you. These items are magical. The buckle is so ornately carved that you're pretty sure it's probably magical. And the shift weave, the garment you find, is very fine, and kind of you just feel like it might be. It looks a little off. And then the arrow, Silborin trips over it, and instead of it breaking in half, it doesn't break, and he tries to break it, and he can't.
So not to undermine you as a DM, but I've literally got this spell prepared specifically for crap like this because I don't have much else to do as a
Detect
shape-shifting
magic.
druid.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have
I
detect
have-
magic prepared. I forgot.
I have
Okay,
detect
yeah.
magic prepared, and I'm actually just going to cast it so that I can know those 2 things are magical for
Okay.
the group.
Well, you know that 3 things are magical. You feel a magical presence from the buckle, the garment, and the arrow.
So the arrow in your shoulder is magical, Silborin.
Well, that's fantastic, but it's certainly not a healing arrow, so I would appreciate if anybody knew how to get that out of me.
I mean, I can get it out.
I'm trained in medicine. I can help you with this.
Well, please.
Medicine and survival, so I could help you in either regard.
If you would be so kind, sir, to remove said arrow.
Okay.
From my...
I help him do so. And as I help him do so, I passively just say that, talk about the other 2 magic items, the Buckle of Quickening and the Shift Weave.
Yep. And at this point, you know that they're magical. You know the shift weave is a transmutation magic, and the buckle of quickening, I don't actually know what kind of magic that is, but you do.
Just an enchantment to me.
No, I'm pretty sure magic. It actually tells you the school of magic. Yeah,
I
you
still
learned
think
the
it would.
school of magic.
Well, it's not currently in your description, so I'm going with it's an enchantment.
Yeah,
Because
sounds good.
that is a school.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the arrow is definitely enchantment, and we'll say the buckle of quickening is enchantment too. So you know those 3 items are magical. You don't yet know what they do. I apologize. The key is also magical. There are 4 magical.
I was gonna
items.
say the keys looks like it might be magical as well.
It is.
So also, as I just go, all right, I need you to count to 3 still, and then to the rest of the group, the key is also magical, and as Sil hits 2 on his count, I rip out the arrow.
You ow! Why? You said 3.
Yeah, you can't be flexed as you do this, or it would hurt more and do more damage.
All right. not trusting you for this 3 stuff anymore.
I gave you a good reason. If you don't want to trust me, then I could walk away before giving you this here good berry. I give him a good berry after I cast the spell.
Oh yeah, that's the second good berry I have.
Your first one lost its potency, probably.
No.
Yeah, they only last for a day, don't they?
Yeah, 24 hours. So we've only had a long rest. I don't know if it's been longer than that since he's had it.
When
I don't
did you give
remember
it
when
to
you
me,
cast
sir?
it.
I cast it before we went to bed.
Oh, last night?
Probably
Yeah.
is still good, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's still good then until tonight.
I eat it then. What is it? 1d8?
No, it's just one
One.
hit point. Legit, just
Oh.
one hit point. And I can keep giving you good berries until you are full on HP again.
Doesn't it make you well rested and full and all that?
It doesn't make you full. It provides enough sustenance to your body to not have to eat for the day.
Ah,
But it does not make you full. You can eat as many of them as you want.
gotcha.
For the day? That's cool.
Question,
for one
guys and gals.
I
So
didn't
you're
know you
asking
were a singer.
yourself?
There's another girl in this group.
Oh, in game. Gotcha.
Who's taking what? And do we want to split gold now? Who wants gold?
We can split gold now, but I don't think we know what these items do, so why don't we figure out what they do first?
So I think that we should split the gold anyways, because I don't know if you've noticed, with it pelting you both and landing all across both of you, gold can be quite heavy. It'd be better to split the weight at this point, even if someone wanted our shares later.
Alright, we each get 440 apiece. There's 2,200 total gold. Divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, that's 440.
Nice.
Did you just check me?
No, I typed in
believe-
the 440 gold.
Okay.
She
I was
just
like,
called for an insight check. He's gonna go there. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Except for he, because he doesn't see crap. Ha! Told you he didn't see anything.
Huh.
I probably don't see much.
Nope. Xandri.
I have not been rolling well on most of these tonight.
That's alright, I'll catch up sometime.
I'm preoccupied.
Yeah,
My
$12
passive perception is higher.
Same.
is a gold. I know. I need to figure out how to use passive. Is that the yellow? Oh yeah, that is the yellow on his. I'll get that eventually. All right, keep divvying up the gold. Get it all divvied up. Y'all divvy up the loot. Figure out later who's gonna get what magic item. You don't know what they do yet anyway, so it's kind of hard.
It's fine.
But you guys are.
Heaton is the strongest among us right now, right?
I
The
think so.
strongest? I mean, he has like a 10 strength.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody here is strength based.
Nobody is strength based here. I'm only strength based when I'm shifted, damn it.
No, he's wisdom based. He's a cleric.
Yeah, I've just got a 10 on strength.
Oh, we are so heavily wisdom based. What the hell?
I have an 8.
Noted.
So maybe we shouldn't just load all of the magic items on one person so they're not overloaded with crap.
I'll take the onyx, because it's small.
Would it be small? would think something.
Yeah, the onyx is about fist size. It's a gem, so it's not a boulder, but it's a pretty large gem, about the size of a fist, a normal size human fist.
So I'm gonna
I
say
wrap-
it's like
I wrap the buckle up in the shirt and I say, does anyone want to hold on to this or should I just keep it for now?
Are we going off the assumption that we do or do not know what they do?
You
Currently,
don't
I
know what
only
they
know them.
do,
okay.
but you know that they're magic. Well, Mako, you told everybody?
Yeah,
I'm
I told
pretty
them
sure.
all about it.
Yeah.
As I was removing the arrow from Syl, I told
Right.
them all about the rest of the magic items.
Okay. Yeah, I would say just whoever can figure out what they can do, because I don't do that. And just hang on to them, yeah.
Also, is anyone else not at full HP? Because I still have a few good berries left.
I
I
good
am
now.
like I could take a good berry.
I hands Andre a good berry.
Welcome
Yay!
to Goodberry, home of the Goodberries. How can I take your order?
Welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Would you like another?
No, I think I'm good.
Well, I think we've probably found everything we can find in here.
Okay. Guess we're good then.
Wait. So this was a bardic temple? There's got to be more to this than just what we've seen here.
Why?
This seems so empty to have a statue way out in the middle of nowhere pointing to it.
This seems like a lot of stuff. You think there's gonna be more in here?
Where are the other statues? Why is this so sparsely decorated?
I mean, I guess we can look around. Sure. I don't know what else there would be. I don't see anything else.
My curiosity is killing me about this. So I'm gonna continue searching around, kind of thoroughly.
All right, investigation. What are you searching for? Anything in particular, or?
Well, much like this alcove, just other places around, either this room or, like even over
All right, hold on.
here.
You went too far. As you start
Down.
walking towards
Oh,
the
sorry.
as you start walking down, make a perception check.
So you want the investigation or perception first?
Perception first. All right. So as you turn to start walking and checking out over near the spikes, you see a robed figure entering past the sustain plate, hovering a few inches off the ground.
Guys, we're not alone anymore.
Uh,
Is Hedon still there or is he in the room with us?
Hedon is.
I see you
Okay.
doing that. I saw you move. Who are you?
Are you approaching?
Yes?
Okay.
'Cause
You're
I-
moving
I-
your token, so
I
I'm
can
just
see
making
him.
sure that you're doing that on
Yeah.
purpose.
I can see him. You say he's a robed figure floating a few feet off the ground, or a few inches off the ground.
Also, just note, the figure. I don't have the figure I need for this guy, so I just grabbed one that I had, so he doesn't look anything like the picture in the figure. But that's where he is for purposes of movement.
So does my perception tell me anything about what he actually looks like?
Your perception tells you that he's wearing a robe and he's not touching the floor.
And he's very clearly seen us already, especially with Hedon. If he is right here, not paying attention, kind of just looking at or looking the
I
other
don't
way.
know why Hedon's up at the alcove.
His icon's right there for me.
Same.
Oh, weird.
Same.
Yep.
I don't have an
Did you-
icon right there.
Did you move him on your screen or whatever?
Yeah, here. I removed him from the
Woof.
map on my screen. Did he
Bye-bye.
go away?
Yeah, he's
That's
gone now.
dope.
That was weird. Yeah, I don't know what that was. He was up in the alcove. Is he in the alcove now?
Yes.
Yeah,
he's
he's
closer
over.
to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where he's supposed to. That's where he was on my screen. I have no idea why he was showing up down there on yours. This figure is very slowly moving toward you, and you hear, only you, Mako, hear in your mind, no audible presence. Ah, I see you've opened my door and claimed my treasure. Tell me, did anyone die?
None of us have died, no.
Did you say that audibly out loud?
Yes.
All right. While that's happening, what are the rest of you doing? Mako started kind of looking around the room, started walking back towards the entrance, and said,
I'm gonna
"We're not
go
alone."
back towards Makos.
Me too. I'm gonna go.
Zoom. Zoom. Zoom.
Saris, are you good? Okay. Ah, there's a few of you. You all now hear in your mind, nothing out loud, but in your mind you hear, "Ah, there's many of you. You had no casualties in my sanctuary."
Many injuries.
Well, that's to be unexpected. No casualties is quite impressive. What are
What
you
are
doing out
you?
here in the swamp?
We were helping our town. We were requested to help our town.
Curious.
Yes,
At asking
across
who
the
he was,
statue.
he removes the robe from his head, pushes back the cowl, and you see an elven, very elderly elven man, which is weird because you've never seen an old elf before. Graying hair, kind of wrinkled, not human wrinkled, but wrinkly. And he says, "My name is Azor Thywin."
Azor, spell that the fuck out.
Azor. Thywin. Thywen.
Azor, what?
Wen.
And you made this random place in the middle of a swamp?
Well, no. I found and enchanted it. The pressure plates were here long past functioning, but with some arcane tweaks, I was able to, tweak it to my needs. And lo and behold, you were the first to have conquered my puzzles without so much as a death. That is very impressive. Quite
I'm gonna whisper to Makos. Did he say who he was?
He did. And to the old elf, well, if it's any inclination, one of our members that got hurt the most on the traps in general also almost got smashed by your gold.
I believe possession is 9/10 of the law. I believe it is your gold.
I'm not going to contest that.
So, who are you, upstanding fellow? Ish.
I believe I've answered that. I am Azor Thywin.
Azor Thywin. Can I tell what he looks like?
He
He's
is
very
a very old elf, male, floating a few inches off the ground in robes.
You a fan of music?
Of course, who isn't?
There are some people that are not really interested.
Well, those barbarians do not belong in civilization.
I agree. What type of music do you enjoy the most?
Ah, there is nothing like the old classical harp.
Hmm.
Nothing,
Yes.
nothing can beat that.
Especially a well fine-tuned harp in the
Oof.
hands of a master musician.
It is a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I agree.
Why are
Unfortunately,
you
it's very difficult to find, though.
Alas, they are very hard to find.
What spurred you on to make something like this?
Well, I must admit I've been around this swamp for a long time, and most of the time kobolds, not kobolds, sorry. Most of the time, stupid creatures end up falling in, and they do not provide much entertainment. But a party such as yours was very intriguing to me. You seem to be wandering around the swamp a lot. I couldn't help but figure you were looking for something. I was impressed to find you figure out that old statue from who knows where that I decided to use for my own ends. But I expected to come here and have you all dead on my spikes without even opening the door, and look at you. All healthy and full of gold.
Well, we aim to please.
Would you
And
like a
please
good
do
berry?
have. A good berry. That is something I have not seen in quite some time. How about
bringing a good berry.
instead we eat? And he starts floating closer. Are you doing anything?
Does he look? What I do? I asked him why he was floating, but that was ignored. So I'm asking again. Why are you floating?
Easier on the knees, young chap. Keeps floating.
Does he look like a high level mage of a sort or something like that? Then.
Off of what are you basing this?
Yeah.
question?
He's already a robed figure, so he's already got like that definition of what I have of or what Damikos has of a mage in his head down. So he's just kind of this has to be like a high level mage or something.
Well, if you have any questions, he gets to about here. He starts tracing an arcane symbol, and as he writes with his finger in the air, you see a blue line appear, and he draws an arcane symbol, speaks a word, and a table full of food, 15-foot table appears, full of food on it, already prepared. It looks delicious.
You know what? A lover of music can't be a poisoner. I'm in.
He sits,
My curiosity actually has me really hyped about this as it is, anyways. So I'm good.
So he sits to the table. Food. There are chairs that have appeared, and he, beckons you. Please eat with me. And he starts, partaking of the meal as you come to the table.
I sit down and eat with him.
I will sit down and cautiously wait for everyone to start eating to see if they start gagging.
He looks
I'd
particularly
actually
at you as you come to sit down, and I have not seen your kind in quite some time. I apologize. Would you prefer some more food which you are accustomed to?
I don't know.
Looking at Xandri.
What would I be accustomed to? Huh?
I mean, Frank is not
Underdark
100%
food?
sure, but I'm assuming that the Underdark has very different food than chicken.
Well, that's fair.
So the question is, for your character, he's asking, would you prefer a meal from your homeland?
I'm
instead
intrigued.
of what's here.
I'm intrigued, so I say yes.
Yes, he
Just
says.
to see
Yes, I apologize. He starts writing in the air again, speaks a word, and the food on the far side of the table, a portion of it disappears, and then appears a. I have to assume that in the Underdark you're eating spiders and worm. The worms are probably huge and probably have meat, but it's food that you're accustomed to and you have not seen since you left home. The rest of you, it looks very foreign. You've never seen anything like it.
All the Underdark affair.
It's still chicken, but it's all dark meat.
Does it look pretty good?
To you, it looks like the fanciest food you would have ever eaten at home. Like, it looks better than anything you had eaten at home, but you definitely notice it as what you would have eaten at home.
Now I'm conflicted.
Is anybody eating? Everybody's eating. Hedon is eating. The mages eat. Azor.
I'd probably cautiously kind of poke at it before starting to eat it.
Such a trusting group.
Like I said, anybody who's a lover of music can't be a poisoner.
Alright, I give a couple bites a try. Is it as good as it?
It is.
As it looks.
It's amazing. It is the best food you've ever had in your life.
I start to cry.
Well, dang.
Nice.
He does not have. So yeah.
Like the bittersweet, I'm sad and happy at the same time.
He looks worried and kind of looks at Silborn and Mako, who are sitting next to him, like, what did I do wrong?
I don't think you
Yeah,
did
both
anything
of your
wrong.
brains.
tell you.
I believe that this young one here has had a rough bringing.
Yes, I can see that in her eyes.
The roughness of her upbringing would explain her greed.
Greed. What do you greed after, young one? No, he wouldn't ask that. You're crying.
Yeah.
He would ask everyone but her. In your mind, you would hear, "What is it you are sinking in my swamp?"
Out loud. This is your swamp?
Well, I created most of it.
I would like to ask a question then, without fear of being attacked.
His eyes narrow. Why would you fear being attacked because of a question?
Why have things in your swamp been attacking Dodbrin?
I'm not familiar with this Dodbrin. Is that the town you say you're from?
It's the town we are helping, yes?
I'm not familiar with attacks on this place. I do not control who enters and exits the swamp. I merely created it to get rid of most of the beings that were here before. I will admit that new beings are starting to appear that I rather don't like.
Like sea hags?
Guys?
Sea hags. I believe I've seen a sea hag or two, but I specifically am talking about those crazy little men that keep appearing in the cave.
Sounds like goblins.
Goblins. No, they're not goblins. Although I can see where you could confuse them for goblins. They are about the same size.
We've been sent to the swamp to investigate troubles that have arisen because of attacks on the town that we were sent from. So, while it may not be goblins, there have been little people attacking the town as well. These ones might fit that description.
Why do you think they would be attacking the town? And what do the hags have to do with it?
Well, we were already attacked by a hag anyways, just from entering your swamp. We got attacked by one, as well as a
Hags are
couple
very
crocodiles.
fearful. If you enter anywhere near their coven, they will attack you every time. Did you enter?
The hag has been
their
dealt
coven?
with. It tried to force us to enter the coven. We were
The
more so
hag.
attempting to pass by it.
You killed one?
A hag, yes.
That is not a coven. Hags. I've never seen hags in smaller than 3.
Well, we've only seen one that attempted to attack us.
Curious. What was it doing?
You're telling me that not only is there more than the one hag that we've seen, but there's also an army of little people around that has also potentially been hurting this town.
I don't know that I'd go so far as to say an army. Unless you're from the middle of nowhere, I mean, an army is exaggerating a bit.
A gathering of little people.
Such a vague word, but sure.
Well, I called it an army and you said that was too not vague.
I didn't say it was too not vague, I said it was exaggerated.
So one is exaggerated and one is not enough. What word are you looking for here?
How about a number?
You know how many people there are?
Hey, what's up? Eden?
He did.
Hey man, sorry. She has hand, foot, and mouth. We had to take her to the CHQ.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, sorry
I'm
everybody.
so sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know
just
what
like
that is.
spiked a fever and had a rash all over her body.
How
Ooh.
dare you take care of your tiny human instead of playing D&D with me? How
Tiny humans.
dare you? She get some medicine and go to bed?
Well, there's nothing they can do. She just takes ibuprofen.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
catch you
just
up in a minute. Right now they cleared an interesting dungeon and are talking to what appears to be a very high level mage at a table of food that he conjured that tastes amazing.
So it wasn't poison. That's good.
It made
Well,
me cry.
To
You
be
have
fair, you
another
just
one.
started eating, so
You have another 440 gold.
oh,
Good
I
job, y'all.
I did not mark that on your sheet either. All right, so I forgot where I was.
Apparently he knows the actual number of little people.
Oh, yeah, he would totally know that. Frank knows that too. Their numbers change. I can't figure out where they're coming from, or where they go, for that matter. But there's generally 10 at any given time.
So as to their physicality, could you explain that in more detail?
How about this? And he, kind of waves his hand, and a figure, roughly the same size of Xandri actually appears floating above the table and spinning.
Do I recognize the creature?
You actually probably would recognize the creature.
Is
From
it
the Underdark, but give me a history check. Why not? Oh yeah. You recognize it as a Darrow. They are degenerate, underdark humanoids resembling small dwarves. They're cruel, they're insane. They take absolute delight in tormenting others, including their own kind. They have blue-gray skin, straight hair. I can post a description if you want. because I just read it, but you recognize it as a Darrow. None of the other of you recognize it. It looks like a small, heavily built, blue-gray skinned, with white or yellow hair. This one will be white because that's more common. And I mean, looking into its eyes, it looks like it is crazy.
Do the feet kind of look like they could have left the tracks that we were following?
Make a survival check. Yeah, they look like they could have made it. I don't think anyone ever actually stopped to confirm goblin footprints. The town folk said that's what they were. But looking at the foot, not really, stopping to count toes or whatnot, they could have made the tracks that you followed.
Yeah, it looks like this could have been the tracks we were following out here.
It is 11:20, so if we need to stop, we can, and I can pick this up next time. Hey, next week. All right.
Right.
I'm good if you want to continue this RP session till end. I'm not sure how long you have planned for this.
I didn't really plan any of this out, so
Good to keep going.
Xandri, you okay?
I'm good if I can take just a small break.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. I'll get Hedon caught up in the meantime.
Okay, be back.
So, break, everybody. I keep forgetting we should take a break halfway through, and I forget. So,
You do.
except for you, Silborn, I'm going to need you to do some homework.
Dude.
So Hedon, are you in Roll20? Do you want me to catch you up real quick?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So this was the dungeon. You can see when you enter, there's a big pressure plate here that you skipped. There was pressure plates here and here. This one you actually stepped on. When you stepped on it, a note played. A click happened, and then a thunder wave emanated from the entrance here and here. Did damage and pushed you back onto the spike pit if you fail to save. The spike pit had a magnet type effect on it, so when your character got close, luckily you weren't in full heavy armor, and you were able to succeed the strength check to not be pulled onto the spikes by entering the 5 foot of the spikes. And then you stayed away from that point. Then they found a door that was here that has opened. It basically had them play a song by stepping on the corresponding note plate over here, and then sometimes using the sustain plate for certain notes in the song. Properly performing the song caused the door to open. Improperly performing it caused a thunder wave, which you caused once because Silborn told you to jump on the second plate to begin
I
the
did
song.
not tell you to do that.
And
Somebody
you jumped on it.
misinterpreted it.
No, that is 100% what he said. I
You
rolled an intelligence check,
misinterpreted
and
it.
you jumped on the plate, and
No.
luckily Silborn was really. I think Silborn and Sarah's one were the only ones that kind of fell onto the spikes. It was pretty funny. The
Nice.
door opened. You guys came in. You found an alcove at the north of this room. This room was 100% empty, nothing in it. There was an alcove on the far side. Coming up to the alcove, they found a passage in Elven that said, "Sing the song and it'll fill with gold." Silborn stood there, sang the song, and the magnetic effect changed from the spikes down here to the alcove. And all of the gold and treasure that was on the spikes flew up through this corridor to this. Xandri and Silborn were the only two that failed the check to dodge that. They took quite a bit of damage, and you got fat loots. That's where the gold came from. There was an onyx worth 5,000 gold as well, and I don't know where I put the treasure. Oh, there it is. And there was 4 magical items, which Mako cast detect magic to know they're magical, but you have not yet identified. But I'm lazy, so I posted it in the chat already anyway.
Cool.
And then
And then Mac wasn't in the room.
no, so I just used his token because I forgot to make a token for this character before. So Vinmac's quote unquote token was as Mako started to look around the room and started walking toward the exit, he noticed a robed figure floating in. Called everybody over. They had a conversation. The robed figure ended up being a powerful mage, as it turns out, who, as he floated over, made some arcane motions in the air, and this table full of food appeared, and he invited you to a meal. Xandri sat down. He changed her meal to an Underdark meal, so the backside of this table is near Xandri is full of Underdark cuisine, which you can try if you so choose. The rest of it is full of normal food, which is the best tasting food you have ever had. As they're talking, they talked about killing a hag, which he's confused and going to get back to that. The goblin attack on the town. He created this swamp. Did I miss anything?
He created this swamp?
That's
Yep.
what he said.
Cool.
And then he created an image, which I think you were here for and heard. Is that, yeah? I don't remember where you actually came in.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, so he created the image of Adaro. As of right now, Xandri has not said anything, so none of you recognize the creature except for Xandri, but you don't know that.
And then I looked at the feet and pointed out that they could have made the tracks we followed.
Okay, you actually pointed that out
Yeah.
audibly? Okay.
If that's what that is, that's not good.
I also
Why?
need to take
Are they bad?
better notes.
Real
Um,
bad.
Like,
Sorry.
how bad?
Oh.
Like, crazy. And bad to even, their own people.
Do you think the town confuses them for goblins, maybe? Or are the goblins a separate issue?
To my knowledge, there are no goblins in my swamp.
So, probably confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
As
was
I
dark,
would
but it's
imagine-
possible.
Not a lot of people have had much dealings with this creature.
Right.
Pretty specific. Things that live in the Underdark don't tend to come out of the Underdark.
I believe it.
Now, back to this hag that you said you killed. Are you sure it was just one?
Yep.
That is
Most
curious.
definitely.
You didn't see the others? Did you look?
We had tried to look, actually. It actually seemed like it was calling or waiting on something, but when it attacked, it was the only thing that attacked. Nothing else did.
I don't think I've ever seen them travel in less than 3. There are 4 that I know of in my swamp.
Probably down to 3 now. Why it only attacked without the rest of its coven then, I don't know.
Me neither.
We made it angry.
Well, to be fair, they're always angry.
It's their secret.
Wow.
Something had to have been driving it, though. Hags are angry, but they're not stupid. They would not attack a party of 5 people who were able to plunder my dungeon for the fun of it. She had to have had a reason.
Maybe the other 3 needed to do something in secret and she was covering it up.
Good hypothesis. I will study it.
So do we have enough evidence to necessarily say these creatures Andre identified would be what the townsfolk could have been confusing the goblins with. I look over at Saris. Were the footprints enough evidence to you to really identify that?
Yeah, it could have been. Was only really following the tracks that didn't stop to actually find out what the tracks were.
Is this a large city?
It's the largest town I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's the largest town I've ever been to. But considering I've only been to druid towns, that's not saying much. Apparently.
I'm gonna.
And you said they've been giving you problems as well?
I wouldn't say problems. They're just a nuisance. Like a rock in your shoe. They are crazy. Something doesn't quite make sense. I don't understand why they would attack a town. How many did they slaughter everybody? How many are left living?
Oh no, no slaughters. The normal mode of attack seems to be starting a fire on the edge of town that is closest to your swamp.
Starting a fire. And
Yes,
they
start
died
a
without
fire on the
killing anyone?
market and let the fire spread unabated.
Unabated. You mean they ran?
There were none of these. Did you actually call them Darrow?
Xandri did.
Yeah, there were none of these Darrow there when we went to put out the fires. No, but there were plenty of these footprints. Of potentially their footprints.
Something odd is going on. Darrow, in my experience, are insane and love slaughter. They don't love arson. If they set fire to a village and ran away, there was something behind it that caused them to follow that course of action like that.
How much do we know about hags?
I know quite a bit about hags. Although apparently not as much as I thought, because I've never seen one by itself before.
Could a hag or hags mind control, for lack of a better term, them to do their bidding? To maybe, like, get people to come into the swamp so that they could, have their way with whatever?
The Darrow that I've faced are not particularly strong. A coven of hags would definitely be able to not enslave in the arcane sense, but for self-preservation, possibly.
There's one possible scenario.
Out of character, I've been waiting for someone to bring it up and nobody has. Does anybody remember who has the note?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know who has it.
So it would either be Mako.
I was a bear at the time.
You were a bear,
so-
or Hedon, who was next to the hag.
I think it's
when
probably
it
Hedon.
died. So we're gonna say it's Hedon. So Hedon, roll a history check to see if your character remembers that you have the note.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so long ago I don't remember.
Alright.
Well, shucks. Yeah.
Bullshit your way out
I
of
mean,
this
I
one.
showed it-
Bullshit
I
your way out of it.
I showed everyone saw it because none of us could read it.
Yep.
I think
That's true.
so.
Everyone's
I'm not even
also-
sure I had it.
The last person I remember having it was Cirrus.
Yeah, I don't remember looting anything. So
I will give you guys the choice. You have one history check. Whoever has the note, which you can determine, make the history check to see if your character remembers that they have it and may possibly ask about it.
I think I remember at least getting shown it and being unable to read it.
Well, I feel like most people should, but none of you
Yeah.
have remembered to bring it up. So your character now needs to make a roll to see if your character remembers to bring it up.
Who is feeling lucky?
Yeah, pretty much. Or at least has a high history check. Who's it
Oh.
gonna be?
I'll do it.
I was about to say I could try, but my rolls have been pretty bad so far.
Check that out. Silborn is coming through. So Silborn, at the mention of all the hag talk, as they're talking, you haven't really been talking much, and you kind of start going through your pack and remembering. I think I had a note from that
Yep.
stupid hag.
Oh, here it is. Wow, I did not write his name down. I'm an idiot. So my character
As
knows his
Lord
name. I
Tywin.
cannot remember. Can you read this? The hag had it on her, which I found very interesting, and also 250 gold, which I found really interesting.
That is a lot of money for a hag.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand that much about hags, but it didn't seem like a creature that would need money.
Well, yeah. Why would they need money? They live in the swamp.
Exactly.
He, basically casts a spell real quick, and I can read this. It is written in a very weird language called Aquan. Native tongue to hags.
I see.
I will make you a deal. You help me clear out this stupid cave of Darrow, and I will translate this note for you. Along with letting you keep all of my gold from this.
Wait, I thought you said that was already ours.
I think he's just trying to sweeten the deal. Well, as a further point anyways, I think the Darrow might just be another win-win for us anyways, because while he wants us to clear him out, they might have also still been the enemy of the town anyways.
Darrow are the enemy of everything.
Yeah, it sounds
Including
like even if
themselves.
they aren't, they're going to be a problem if left unchecked.
Yeah, I hate Darrow. I'm in.
Hmm.
Fantastic. I have pressing business elsewhere, but if you can get through my dungeon, I know you can take care of this for me. Don't forget to figure out where they're coming from to stop it.
So if you're leaving, how do we find you again?
Why do you need to find me?
Don't we need to complete the job for you to translate the note? Or are you translating the note now?
Oh, nonsense. And he casts a spell, and the note is now in common. And I will post what the note says in the chat. He puts it on the table, and he says, "You wouldn't lie to me. You're not that stupid." And he puts the note on the table in common and says, "A deal's a deal. The note is translated. Take care of my Darrow for me." And he walks 10 feet away, well, floats to about there and teleports
Thanks for
away.
all the food.
You hear in your mind,
Bye-bye.
"You're welcome."
That's awesome.
Did he say how long? Like, do we have to do that right now?
He didn't give a time frame.
Maybe like a year from now.
I mean, it's not like I mean to go and say, we'll deal with it next year, right? Like, maybe I guess we should just take care of it. We just have a lot of shit on us right now, that's what I'm saying.
After reading the note, well, so the hags are part of what's responsible for the town, at least. We have confirmed this.
What's it say?
That town was supposed to be gone by now, and you dare beg for more. Destroy the town as agreed, or we will wipe out your coven along with it. Signed, The Blood.
Or,
But that doesn't necessarily mean the they're being used as a tool.
Which part? The hags or the Darrow?
The hags.
The hags are being used as a tool, and the hags are using the Darrow as a tool.
We are not confirming.
We are confirming that the hags are a part of this.
Right. The Darrow could be just something completely separate.
Yes. So the hag having all that gold on her was for something that the blood had,
Okay.
or something that the hags needed to be able to help to wipe out the town.
Right. Okay.
Do the Darrow care about money?
I don't know.
I look over at Xandri.
Yep.
No. No. They just like murdering things.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess they would be in because it's like, oh, people to kill, right? Or am I totally
Did he
off?
tell us where the Darrow were before he left?
No,
Not
but
in
it,
the slightest.
He told us some cave.
as you mess with the map, or with the note, the translated note, and you look at the back, there's a very detailed map about where you are and where the cave is.
Hey, look at the back of this.
That's handy.
Oh, okay. It's kind of weird.
We can see the X that says "We are here."
It's actually like an arcane map. It shows you as a black dot, and it shows a picture of a cave, and there are a couple other symbols on the page. And there's like a dotted line that kind of
Ladder map?
shows like how to get to the cave from where you are.
Cool.
Okay.
This is highly convenient.
I mean, he wants us to take care of his issue, so why hinder our problem, or why hinder us to do that, right?
So this is true. The other question is, do we want to take care of this today, or do we want to rest?
I think we should definitely rest. Considering all the stuff we dealt with.
Then I should pass out these items so that we can try to identify them while we rest. I take out the shirt and buckle, and I say, who wants what? Oh, and the key. I don't know who had the key.
And the arrow.
I was pretty sure Silverhorn wanted to keep that as a memento.
What? No. No thanks. I pass.
Oh, you missed that part. When the treasure flung from the spike trap to the alcove, a magic arrow pierced Silborn's shoulder, and Mako pulled it out.
Nice. Pull it out or push it through?
Wasn't nice for
Yes.
me.
No, you pulled it out.
Pulled it out and gave him a good berry and had him heal the damage.
All right, that is kind of where we're gonna end tonight. It's already 11:42, much longer than planned on going, so we will end it there. I'm not a slagger. I just want to be respectful to the entire party
Mm-hmm.
and those who may wish to end, but don't necessarily want to be the cause of it to end. So I will end it for them.
Cough,
And
heed, and cough.
also, I'm tired.
Very diplomatic of you. Thank you, sir.
I mean, my daughter's asleep now. There's nothing else I can do.
So it's
the
really just
problem-
because Veneer is tired.
The problem isn't tonight. The problem is in 5.5 hours when my son wakes up.
Because
Yeah.
he's waking up no matter when you wake up.
Oh, because I'm waking up no matter what when he wakes up. Because he will have it no other way.
That's what your wife is for, right?
Sometimes. Good time.
Just push you
All
out
right.
of bed.
I don't have to Mako voice now. We're good. All right. How you guys doing?
You missed it. I wish you were there for it. It was kind of fun
Yeah.
trying to figure out that trap and coordinating everybody.
What was the thing you posted? There's like a picture you posted.
I think that was the alcove.
Was the
Yeah, was it like stonework?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the alcove that was at the back. Because when they first got to it, it was empty, and there was an inscription on the bottom that says, "Now sing ye a tune most rowdy and bold, then magically behold this fill up with gold." And when he sang the tune, the magnetic field stopped on the spikes and started on the alcove, and all of the treasure from the spikes shot across the room into the alcove, damaging anyone who failed the dexterity check in their path. And then
So we did good.
after they got the damage, the alcove had a bunch of gold in it.
And then Vimmax showed up.
Yep. And then he teleported away.
And he sure has changed.
That's what happens when you cancel his game. He takes over the...
Well then.
He becomes a mage.
Yeah, apparently.
Shh, minor detail. So yeah, that went pretty well.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I like
We
that. I
didn't
like
get
the
into
trap.
a single
I thought the
combat.
trap was pretty cool.
That's all right. To be fair, I did not create the trap.
Wow.
Did it online.
Fuck.
Thought it was awesome.
Steal what you like.
I still a lot. I did tweak it a
Hey.
little bit, but I did not create it. All right, y'all didn't do any of this
Any of what?
stuff.
What stuff?
Y'all didn't do anything with that bag either.
We tried. What do you mean we didn't do anything with the bag?
Well,
I think the bag's full. I think you should
Just to point out,
something out of the bag.
out of character, just for future reference, reaching around in a bag and pulling something out of a bag is not the same thing.
Ah, all right.
And so I'm only telling you that because I don't want to be like super nitpicky, but at the same time, like if you reach into a bag of holding, for instance, which this is not, but if you reach into a bag of holding, you're not going to find anything. You have to think about the thing you want to pull out for it to appear there for you to grab. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
So magic items
not for our
have
characters that
a
haven't identified one yet.
Well, exactly, but and that's why it works out. I'm just saying for future reference, I'm not trying to be super nitpicky, but magical stuff has this is how it works. A bag of holding, when you reach into the bag, if you just reach in and stir your finger around and pull it out, nothing's going to happen.
I've seen the bag we played with, but the day you guys got it, it was super stinky, and you guys didn't move away from the stink, so I didn't care enough.
Yeah, because I thought when we first got it, I had just pulled the thing out and put the thing back in and pulled it back out, and it became something else.
Because you were still holding on to it.
Say that again?
I feel like part of the reason was because he was still holding on to it, and so.
Oh, are you talking about when you put the thing back in the bag?
Yeah.
No, that's another thing of how the bag works that you will understand once you figure out what the bag is or how the bag works.
Nice.
There's a
Alright.
specific reason that you put the cup back in the bag and it was a bag with a cup in it.
We had to put the ball in the cup.
Fantastic.
Same thing with the rock. When you put the rock in the bag, it was just a bag with a rock in it. Anyway.
Anywho.
I think it's important to point out that in the game yesterday we played, Frank sacrificed his character to save another character, and then they proceeded to stuff his body in a bag of holding.
They totally did, dude.
Why?
I don't know. The best part to me was I sacrificed my character and I try to make it as blatant as possible. Like, you see a corpse that looks like it has been dead for a century on the ground in front of you.
He dumped
And they still were
35
like,
points of healing into
I
you.
pump all of my lay of hands healing. What? Why? Like,
Because reasons.
my
people-
pinky finger gets a little bit of color to it. No, nothing happens.
People are just weird sometimes.
And then they
Yeah.
fought a dragon.
And then I killed a dragon with my new character. Holler. But nobody was around to see it. That's so mad.
Yeah, the same guy that he sacrificed his character for was one death save away from dying.
Yep.
Wow.
Good times.
Was it though?
Yeah,
bit.
that was a really fun session.
It was fun. It very easily could have been. So part of the reason I sacrificed my characters is because the player, who I think is pretty new to D&D, didn't want to lose his character. Like, he likes his character and he doesn't want his character to die.
Okay.
Basically,
And so that's why I was like, I don't care. I could create a new character. It's not a big deal. So I sacrificed my character to save his. But then it's like, after I sacrifice myself for your character runs to an adult red dragon. Like, runs to it in melee combat. Yes, he has a super strong sword, but it's like, you're still running at a fully grown adult male dragon.
I mean, at some point, you're just gonna have to let them learn.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, at that point, he literally was. I think Aaron DM'd it really well because he got downed. The dragon was almost dead, so it was lashing out at anything within reach.
it couldn't fly away because of Earthbind.
Earthbind. So because it attacked him, and he had two failed saves. And his next turn, he had to roll a death save, and if he would have failed that save, which he rolled well, which made the knight go really well because he didn't die, but if he had rolled poorly on that save, he would have died.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I don't know if our bard has Revivify or not.
Revivify.
What?
That's a fun word.
I feel like I said that word, and then all I heard was Revivify. Saris, what did you actually say? I have no idea.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, Mako.
Revivify.
Oh, you said that too. Awesome. Yeah, it was fun times. Fun times.
Fun times indeed. No, got all the notes. I think I'm out. Later, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Hitter.